Going live there. We are live there. So, again, Tiger fans, thank you and welcome to Frary Field here in Fort Scott, Kansas. We're starting a little early with some difficulties here with the surround sound at the station or at the field, but we'll get going tonight. We're going to honor our fall activities and sports seniors here, and we are up and running on this chilly night. And we'll have the Briggs Auto pregame show right after this senior night honoring. So please direct your attention to the center field and listen in on All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
Football, son of Chris and Amanda Anderson. Garrett Arvidsson, band, son of Chris and Susie Arvidsson. Dayton Barnard, football, son of Chet and Sarah Barnard. Bryson Bassett, soccer, son of Kevin and Ashley Tucker and Bruce Bussey. Tyranny Bilyeu, cheer, daughter of Samantha and Joey Rodriguez and Joseph Bilyeu. James Rodriguez, football, son of Samantha and Joey Rodriguez. Simran Caldwell, volleyball, daughter of Jessica and Adam Ballou. Caden Cannon, football, son of Dustin and Kayla Cannon. Sadie Claypool, cheer and volleyball, daughter of Tammy Claypool and Travis Claypool. Devlin Cole, band, son of Stephanie Cole and the late Michael Cole. Kaylee Coover, manager, football, daughter of Victoria Coover and Chris Coover and Crystal Giebler. Rayleigh Cowan, cross country, daughter of Josh and Crystal Cowan. Alexis Daly, manager, soccer, daughter of Aaron and Jessica Daly. Kinley Dillow, cheer, and manager of cross country, daughter of Jeff and Mariah Dillow. Jacob Eisenbrandt, soccer, son of David and Teresa Eisenbrandt. Maya Etheridge, band, accompanied by band director Justin Robinson and his wife Angela. Anna Farrington, cheer, daughter of Buddy and Jana Farrington. Josie Fisher, dance, daughter of Justin and Amy Fisher. Tuesday Glessner, cheer, daughter of Randy Glessner and Brandy and Nick Philpott. Abby Gorman, tennis, daughter of Jason and Krista Gorman. Caleb Hall, football, son of Amanda Hall and the late Danny Hall. Mallory Hall, volleyball, daughter of Dustin and Kayla Hall. Austin Harrington, football, son of Rob and Katie Harrington. Peyton Head, band, daughter of Tim and Billy Head. Cadence Hull, golf, daughter of Megan Hull and Jason Hull and Eric Spencer. Briley Heimer, dance and tennis, daughter of Charlie and Jennifer Heimer. Joseph Joyce III, soccer, son of Jessica and Joseph Joyce Jr. Riley Keating, cheer, daughter of Dean and Rebecca Keating. Haley Malone, volleyball, granddaughter of Kim and Bob Hansen. Julia Malone, golf, and Tiger Roar, granddaughter of Kim and Bob Hansen. Claire McElroy, soccer. Daughter of Ryan and Tiana McElroy. Gavin Miles, football. Son of Mike and Danielle Miles. Nate Mintz, soccer. Son of Ryan and Kelly Mintz. Mason Mumbauer, soccer. Son of Cody and Mary Mumbauer. Chris Newman, band. Daughter of Carrie Pommier and Justin Newman. Ryder Newton, football. Son of Josh and Trisha Newton. Aiden Ogren, football. Son of Trisha and Justin Vargas. Caitlin Parker, cheer. Daughter of Clint and Michelle Parker. Benjamin Phillips, band and football. Son of Adam and Kimberly Phillips. Cash Rigmer Rose, soccer. Son of Britta Bolton. Mason Smith, football. Son of Brandon and Carolyn Smith. Tegan Stiles, football. Son of Trent and Andrea Stiles. Aiden Tate, soccer. Son of Shelley Yoakum and David Shapansky. Alexis Turtelot, manager, cross country. Daughter of Adam Turtelot and Amy Wiltsey. Trayton Valentine, football. Son of Tyler and Ashley Valentine. Dexter Williams, football. Son of Brian and Rebecca Williams. Kate Williams, tennis. Daughter of Daniel and Tara Williams. Aubrey Yarrick, volleyball. Daughter of Cliff and Gail Yarrick. It takes time and sacrifice to be involved in Tiger activities, and these students and parents have given their all to be a part of great accomplishments that will be added to Tiger history. We're proud that these athletes will always be Fort Scott Tigers. With your applause, would you express your thanks and appreciation to all of our senior Tigers and their parents?
Way to get it started.
And with that, that'll conclude our senior night for the seniors here at Frary Field. We'll take it back to the studio to pay a couple of bills and get started with the pregame show here. Briggs Auto pregame show starting at about 6:50 after the national anthem and everything. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
The Fort Scott jungle has tigers galore with ferocious appetites for more. That's why all the tigers fill their belly at Marsh's Deli, located at 6 West 18th Street. It's the tradition of every game day to ensure the winning way of play. It's easy to score a big food win with deliveries, carry-out, or even dine-in. Marsh's Deli welcomes call-in orders too. You can call us at 620-223-6432. All Tigers know that Marsh's Deli is where you fill your belly.
Since 1921, Billiard Hammer Hartman Insurance has been a staple in the community, meeting the needs of our area residents. We handle many types of insurance from auto, home, farm, motorcycle, ATV, watercraft, as well as many aspects of your business needs. We are a proud supporter of sports in our local area, schools, and our athletes. Give us a call, 620-223-2970, or stop by our office. We're located at 20 South National in beautiful downtown Fort Scott, Kansas.
Quick in, quick out. Five Corners is your go-to spot for convenience. Mornings are a breeze with grab-and-go options. Even lunch is easy with fresh and fast choices. Follow Five Corner Mini Mart on Facebook for their lunch specials every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Five Corner takes pride in making their customers' lives easier. Convenient, fast, friendly, and proud sponsors of all Fort Scott Tigers. That's your locally owned Five Corner Mini Mart, 12 from the bypass in Fort Scott.
Opie's Pizza is proud to support all area school sports and reminds you that they have many locations for you to enjoy the best pizza there is. You'll find Opie's Pizza at KC Mart, both north at the Hammond exit and South 69. Union Station in Uniontown. Everybody's in Mound City. Opie's Restaurant in Girard. And now at Opie's Pizza Pool Room and Pub in Pittsburgh. Crickets in Kincaid. Brookies in Iola. And on-the-go convenience store at the Prescott exit on North 69. Or go to opiespizza.com.
Hey folks, Frank here with Briggs & Fort Scott. I can't believe it's that time of year again. Model year-end closeout sale. The 2026s are starting to arrive, and these 2025s have to go. Shop 8 brands all in one location. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevy, GMC, and Toyota. All deeply discounted with rates as low as 0%. Now is the time. Find all these brands in Fort Scott or at BriggsAuto.com. I'm Frank, and I'll see you on the show report.
Vince Lombardi once said, football is like life. It takes perseverance, hard work, sacrifice, and dedication. The Hole in the Wall Liquor Store knows that these traits are fostered through community support from teachers, parents, and businesses to help promote students' growth. Located at 124 East Wall on the edge of historic downtown Fort Scott, the Hole in the Wall Liquor Store proudly partners with our community to support the local youth in all their activities.
Tiger fans, it's Woody and the team from Hometown Pub. We want to wish all the Big Red teams a great season. Stop by Hometown Pub at 206 North National Avenue all year long to talk Tiger news. Check out our Facebook page at Hometown Pub for weekly specials. Go Big Red.
Hey folks, Frank here with Briggs & Fort Scott. I can't believe it's that time of year again. Model year-end closeout sale. The 2026s are starting to arrive, and these 2025s have to go. Shop 8 brands all in one location. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevy, GMC, and Toyota. All deeply discounted with rates as low as 0%. Now is the time. Find all these brands in Fort Scott or at BriggsAuto.com. I'm Frank, and I'll see you on the show report.
At Norris Heating and Air Conditioning, they strive to provide the most thorough diagnosis of your heating and air conditioning system by utilizing the most up-to-date diagnostic tools as well as attending product-specific training so they can get you back up and running as fast and economical as possible. If a system replacement is required, rest assured you will receive an installation of your new equipment that is second to none with factory-trained and approved startup with a 10-year parts and labor warranty. Call Norris Heating and Air Conditioning now at 223-5990 for your hometown comfort connection.
Peerless Products offers health insurance with an employee-only premium as low as $10 per week. Company-funded health savings account, company-funded life insurance for employees and their immediate families, profit sharing and 401k match. Peerless employees enjoy fresh fruit daily, earned paid sick time, and vacation time that's immediately available, and the knowledge that their weekends will be theirs to enjoy. Apply in person or online at peerlessproducts.com. Peerless Products is an equal opportunity employer that puts their people first.
Your taste buds know the drill. It's Sonic Drive-In time. With our 100% pure beef burgers, pork tender sandwich, and fresh ingredients, you're always the star player. Round off the game with delightful desserts and thirst-quenching drinks, all customized just for you. Sign up for text alerts at SonicDriveIn.com for exclusive deals and news. Join Sonic of Fort Scott at 1708 South National, where every season is a flavor season. Sonic Drive-In, in the heart of Tiger Country.
See Tim Heiser, Certified Financial Planner at 202 East 23rd Street in Fort Scott to build your tomorrow. Tim Heiser, a proud KOMB sports booster. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA, SIPC.
The game plays right here.
Are you ready for some football?
The Fort Scott Tigers, right here on All Hit 103.9 FM.
It's Friday night under the lights, and you know what that means. Pride, tradition, fortitude. These are the hallmarks of your hometown heroes, the Fort Scott Tigers. Welcome to the Briggs Auto pregame show brought to you by Briggs Auto of Fort Scott, your local headquarters for Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Ford, GMC, Jeep, Ram, and Toyota. Visit them at 1819 South Main and experience that unbeatable Briggs VIP customer service, or shop anytime at BriggsFTSCOTT.com. Briggs Auto of Fort Scott is proud to stand with the community and your Fort Scott Tigers sponsoring the pregame coverage all season long right here on 103.9 FM and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. Now, here's the voice of the Fort Scott Tigers, Dylan Duffy.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to historic Frary Field for what promises to be a very special night in Fort Scott. I'm Dylan Duffy alongside Aaron Judy, and tonight the Tigers take the field for senior night as they host the Coffeyville Golden Tornadoes. It's the final regular season home game for the Tigers, and there's plenty to celebrate. Fort Scott comes in at 2-5 after an emotional, hard-fought comeback win last week on the road to Circle. And on top of that, tonight we celebrate the 25th anniversary of one of the greatest teams in Kansas high school football history. The 2000 Fort Scott Tigers, who went a perfect 13-0 and outscored opponents by nearly 40 points per game on their way to a Class 4A state championship. So, Aaron, I kind of got to talk about it a little bit with Coach Campbell last night about what that meant to me and how I was over there still in Fort Scott on that south end zone, probably playing a little too much football, not watching too much, but those games are fun. So just kind of wanted to get your feelings on that team and what you remember from it.
Yeah, same thing. I remember it well. You remember. I talked to some of the players. You remember them coming to your school. Everybody, you just wanted to be them. And same thing. You come here. I mean, it was fun for us because, for the most part, the games weren't really riveting.
No.
I mean, I don't think the starters played a lot of games past halftime. They pretty much throttled everybody they saw. But yeah, I don't know that we'll ever see another Tigers team that maybe stacks up as well as they did.
No, that run from because even Coach, Campbell talked about it in the coach's corner when he joined me, from 92 to about, because even the 02, 03, back when it was, you had to win your district to even get into the playoffs, and there was that 1 and 2 matchup that there was a run there for a while that Fort Scott, there was just so many teams that, you could, 2000 had a really good season, but that 01 team went back and lost. And then
go back again in 02.
And the 99 team went there. And I'm sure there was probably plenty of battles in practice and everything from back then of just what they could accomplish. And, it was a team-led. It was a player-led, as Coach Campbell said. He said, good players make great coaches or great players make good coaches. And that's kind of what he
absolutely
tagged on, was just that he had players that would handle themselves, so they can control themselves and make sure everybody's held accountable. And that's hopefully what we're building back here at Fort Scott. But we're going to get right back into this team tonight. Last week with the comeback, it was a big, awesome comeback. We were down early. The Tigers found their rhythm in the second half and stormed back to get a big win on the road. We saw this group show resilience, toughness, and a lot of maturity in how they finished that game.
Yeah, and it was just like you just said, you kind of saw it break through. You see them mature in real time. Some of the guys kind of put the team on their back. Creed has, I don't know if you want to get into the stats.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Creed goes 34 carries, 197 yards. He averages 5.8 yards a carry, 2 tutties. Pretty unbelievable stat line. Just forget the yards, just to go 34 carries in a game. That's a lot of work for a high school kid. He's a sophomore. Unbelievable game by him.
Mm-hmm. And he has about, I believe, I looked it up, he has 563 yards on the year, so he is our leading rusher. And, with a big game like that last week out of a sophomore, tonight we're obviously celebrating the seniors and what could be, but, the Tiger team's kind of building on from those other players that are coming up as well.
Yeah, and I don't want to take anything away from Paxton either.
Mm-hmm.
He goes 14 carries, 64 yards, almost 5 yards a carry. And he gets especially when we get in that eye, he gets a little bit of...
Yeah, he gets to be that fullback that we talked about.
So you don't really get the glory, but it matters just as much. I'm sure Creed would tell you the same thing, so...
Yeah, and on top of that, Coach Stark talked about last night on the Coach's Corner about, he was proud of the team and how they responded to the adversity and staying focused and not hanging their heads and trusting the game plan. And then, he mentioned how that second half, obviously it was a long trip, but he mentioned how that second half we felt more like a complete team because besides that on defense, those 2 screenplays that they had, our defense stayed packed. So defense travels, and it showed that last night in Circle. So it was pretty awesome to watch that last week from them. But tonight we're going to turn our eyes and sights to Coffeyville, who one of the smaller 4A teams I think you're going to see when they stand over on that sideline is I believe they said they have about 25 kids out this year.
Yeah.
And, they're 0-7. They're looking for their first win. But Coach Stark, says – it's coach's talk, but he said don't be fooled by their record, and they're going to play hard and come ready to compete. So it's one of those, we're confident, we believe that we're going to pull this out, but we got to make sure that we're still going to get their best shot tonight.
Yeah, they're no different, I'm sure, than any other year from when I played to way before I played, Coffeyville is going to have athletic kids. I don't know that they've ever been unathletic. I think Coach Stark would say the same thing. You want to be more disciplined than them. You want to make sure like we've talked about all year, and Coach Stark's philosophy too, we want to be in better shape than them. We want to be tougher than them. When we get to the fourth quarter, we want to make sure that that's when we dominate them. So I'm sure that's where we're headed tonight. I have full faith in this team that, we're going to pull out another victory tonight.
Absolutely. Some keys to the game that we had is obviously with Paxton and Creed having that great performance last week in Circle. We definitely are going to want to establish a run early, and then defense really just continue to swarm on defense. But the biggest thing I think that we had last week was we had a few penalties and a couple interceptions, and that's the stuff that going into the playoffs, this would be a great night to continue to do the good things, but let's eliminate the bad things and make sure that we come focused and prepared to get into the playoffs next week as well.
Yeah, and just like you talked about earlier too, our defense plays great. We have two little they're not little, I guess, but we have those two screen plays where I'm sure Coach Stark told them too, you have to recognize, when you get a free run, we got to hold up. But you take those two plays away, they really don't have much offense in that game. And then we had a few unsportsmanlikes and things like that. And then it was chippy all night. It was a tough game, but you're able to come out. But it could have been way different had we, been a little more disciplined.
Yeah, our stream shut off. We're going to try to get that pop back up on YouTube. But, again, remember tonight at halftime, Fort Scott will honor the legendary 2008 championship team. 25 years ago, they brought home the 4A crown, going 13-0 and dominating every opponent they faced. We'll relive some of the memories later tonight during the DQ Grill and Chill halftime show. But stay with us. Kickoff between the Tigers and Golden Tornadoes is coming up shortly. You're listening to the Briggs Auto Fort Scott Tigers pregame show right here on All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
The north side for sure.
Greatest hits of all time. You're tuned to the fun one. Good times, great oldies. All Hit 103.9. KOMB FM. Fort Scott.
The legacy continues as legends are being made under the Friday night lights. Tiger Pride runs.
But unfortunately, no game currently. So we'll give you more of what they want. They're going to hear us more than see it.
Yeah, we got some messages last week with people like, could you talk a little less and maybe camera more and that stuff. So just a reminder that really we're radio people. We're here, so we can't just have dead air. But the YouTube's kind of just an extra thing we do, and especially when we're on the road, we're trying to watch the game through a camera. I'm trying to move the camera while making sure I get who's got the play and who's doing what. So it's a little tough sometimes, but we're gonna keep doing our best there. So
yep, we're gonna keep trying to go here. And then, the screen is off because the huddle cam at the stadium is not working, and that's what we run for that. So you're just going to hear us. We might try to get our camera set up here on this possession to see if we can get that going.
Caleb Hall is going to kick it down the right sideline about the 20. He gets a bounce. He's going to get hit at the 20.
Fielded it about at the 20, and he got stopped right there at about the 20.
Rush Newton gives him a good hard hit there. He squares him up pretty well there and brings him down at the 20-yard line. So he's not going to get anything on the return there, maybe a return of 1 or 2 yards. But great job by a freshman there on special teams who's played well all year. Coffeyville's going to come out. Receiver split to each side. They're going to be in a pro formation, shotgun. Looks like two receivers split to the short side of the field, a wing back and a receiver split out wide here. So he's going to take the snap, hand it off over the left side. He's going to get held up, met by a gang of Fort Scott Tigers. He's going to we'll give him one on the carry there. So I think Dylan's setting up our camera here. So if you're watching on YouTube, hopefully we have a camera for you soon. And we'll get that going. Coffeyville's going to come back out, trips to the far side of the field, single receiver to the short side. They're going to clap, check with me, look to their OC. They're getting the play here. He's got the running back on his left hip. He's going to take the snap here. He's looking to pass. He's going to throw a short pass, and he's not going to get anything. Gets drove back by Caden Cannon. They're going to give him about a Yeah, they're not going to give him anything. He maybe gets right back to the line of scrimmage before Caden drives him back. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 9 from their own 23-yard line here. Coffeyville is going to stay all night. They're going to be in a shotgun-style offense, try to spread you out. It's going to be trips to the far side of the field here to his left. Single receiver to his right, running back. He's going to take the snap. Another pass. It's caught. Going to be enough for a first down there.
Grab me the camera. Sorry about that. We're all going to throw everything at it here and see if we can't get a camera up, at least for the YouTube over here on our side.
He throws a quick hitch there to the right side. Going to be good for about a gain of 12, I believe. Coffeyville's going to have the ball 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line there as we try to get this camera out. They're going to come back. Twins to the left. Single receiver. Going to be a handoff over the left side. He's going to get...
And there's some yellow on the field.
He's going to get help. Boy, they're letting him really... they let him go. It looks like a rugby scrum out there. We have literally the whole team on one side and the whole team on the other side pushing, and no whistle for a while. So they're going to give him forward progress there.
It's going to be a personal foul, face mask, unfortunately on the Tigers. So that's going to give them even better field position here. Should have the camera up and running here in about 30 seconds. We apologize for the difficulties that we're having. It's kind of been a thing all night.
Yeah, we got him back there on that first series of downs. We have him at 3rd and 9, and he completes that pass, and now they're kind of getting a little bit of momentum. So they're going to have the ball at our 43-yard line here, and going to be... Well, it looked like they were going to go in an open formation, but he's going to have a running back to his side. 3 receivers to the left. Single receiver to the short side of the field. He's going to take the snap, hand it off over the left side, and he gets stopped for a loss. It's going to be about a 2-yard loss. Bring up 2nd and 12 here for the Golden Tornadoes. And they do have, I believe they have a freshman quarterback. That's right, isn't it, Dylan?
I believe so, yeah. They kind of
number 10,
out there.
Owen Billingsley is going to be their quarterback. So things are always probably going to be a little tough on Friday nights when you've got a freshman quarterback starting. They're going to take the snap here. Caden Cannon's on a blitz. Not going to get to him. Oh, wow. Big one-handed catch there. Down the left sideline to number 3, Kobe Kirk, a sophomore for the Golden Tornadoes. I didn't think there's any way he was getting to that. He throws his right hand up and somehow just pulls it in. I mean, a heck of a catch by him there. We're on his hip, but quarterback put it exactly where he needed to put it. Only he could get to it, so.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about. They're going to have some athleticism there still, even if they are down a few players. They're always going to have some athletes out there to make sure they...
They're going to send a receiver in motion from right to left. He's going to take the snap, hand it, fumble, ball's on the ground. And I think he's going to get back on top of it. Fort Scott's saying it's their ball, but I'm not sure who jumped. Well, it does look like number 7 for Coffeyville. Nathan Magana, I believe, has the ball. He gets up without the ball. Oh, okay. It looks like they're one of their offensive tackles there. Number 72 got on top of the ball, so they're going to retain possession here, but it is going to be a loss of, we're going to say 4 yards here. 3 yards, they're going to call it. So ball is going to be on the 26. Trips to his right side. Tries to hard count. Now we're going to stop. Look to the OC. Get the play. Here he comes back. Oh, and big false start by 2 or 3 of the Golden Tornadoes. Looked like he was trying to go on a hard count again, and everybody, kind of all 3 of the receivers over here on the trip side took off, and the tackle.
They must have not got the memo.
No, I don't think everybody got the play, or the snap count at least. So going to be taking him back a little bit further here. So they're trying to get back on the line quickly. I'm sure they're going to go same play here. So it's going to be 2nd and 18 here from the 31. Quarterback takes a snap, looks right. Tries to throw a quick hitch there to the inside receiver, but he wasn't ready for the ball. It kind of looked like he wasn't even turned around yet. So it's going to bring up a big 3rd down here. 3rd and 18. And this is where you've just got to hold them. I mean, I imagine they're in 4-down territory. I don't think they have a kicker that's going to kick a 41-yard field goal.
Not that I've seen on the season so far. So
they're going to go trips again. He's going to take the snap. They're going to run a screen here. And we're going to defend it much better than last week. They're going to run that outside receiver behind the 2 receivers. He's going to take it. Ryder Newton's going to be shaken up a little bit there. Gosh, I hate that for him. He just can't stop being banged up.
No. Just, and he's going through a lot more stuff than just injuries on that. So that's the thing that he's going to be prone to him, and hopefully he can just battle through what he can.
Yeah, and as we thought here, 4-down territory, they're going to go into doubles formation, 2 receivers to each side of the ball. He's going to come back. They check with coach, get the play. He's going to come back. We're going to get the snap. He drops back. He's going to throw it out. He's in triple coverage. Kyler Keating's going to pick it off, and he's going to start running it back here. He's got a lot of open field in front of him. He's going to be at the 30. He's still loose. 35, 40.
That is a freshman.
He's going to break loose. He's at the 50, 40. 30. He's got blockers to help him. 20, 10. And he's going to score.
What an unbelievable run by that kid.
I'm going to call that a 95-yard run back. He's held up 3 or 4 times. His own teammates are pushing him. They're pushing him. I don't see any flags on the play. So that's going to be 6. What a play by Kyler Keating there, the freshman defensive back. And I think, if you're watching on YouTube, I think Dylan caught it just barely there. We finally got the camera set up, so I hope you saw that.
That was a big play to catch there, and that was awesome for that freshman.
Absolutely crazy run back by him there. So Caleb Hall's set up here. They want to get this point back. They're going to take the snap. It's down, and Caleb puts it through, no problem.
So with 5:50 to go here, Fort Scott's going to have 13. Coffeyville 0. We're going to take it back to the station real quick, try to get everything set up. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV back right after this break.
Brian from Union State Bank. We would like to use this time to give a friendly reminder that at Union State Bank, we offer a number of services that you find at the big banks, and yet you still receive the personalized service that makes banking at a community bank so much nicer. Come in and see us at Union State Bank, family owned and operated since 1901. On the square in Uniontown, and at 12th Street and Highway 69 in Fort Scott. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Find us fast in names and numbers.
Tiger fans, it's Woody and the team from Hometown Pub. We want to wish all the Big Red teams a great season. Stop by Hometown Pub at 206 North National Avenue all year long to talk Tiger news. Check out our Facebook page at Hometown Pub for weekly specials. Go Big Red.
Dexter
Back here at Frary Field as the Tigers are currently up 13-0 with 5:50 remaining here in the first quarter. Caleb Hall is going to be set to kick off here again after amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was crazy.
5, 6, 7, 10 broken tackles and just keeps on going as a freshman. I mean, it's great work by Kyler Keating there to score.
I heard one of the coaches down there say it was 92 yards, 11 broken tackles. I mean, I thought he was down at the 30. Then I thought he was down at the 40, for sure at the 50.
Yeah, I think everybody on the team definitely had a chance to make a tackle, and they did.
Yeah, and the ball's loose. Fort Scott's going to fall on the ball on the kickoff. It's going to be Fort Scott ball at the Coffeyville, we'll call it 23-yard line. So just a really bad sequence if you're the Golden Tornadoes. Caleb Hall kicks it to about the 20, 25. He kind of fumbles it around on the visitor sideline there and just can't get it picked up.
Yeah, hopefully, the Tigers can make it capitalize here. And this is one of those games that you definitely wanted to see out of the Tigers after, making a comeback win. Then we finally kind of get back to the Independence game where we're taking a lead here going into the game. So, Drayden back under center here, I formation. Going to be a handoff to Creed off the right side. Going to kind of carry somebody up there. It's going to be about a gain of, I believe, 6 or 7 there. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 4 or 3 for the Tigers.
This is kind of one of those games, too. You see, Division I football.
Week 1, week 0.
Or you play maybe a big opponent week 1, and then you get those 3 kind of confidence games. I mean, I don't think it's any secret Coffeyville hasn't had a great year. They kind of, a lot of people scoring 40, 50, 60 points.
Yeah.
So
Drayden back under center. He's going to take the snap fake. He's going to be met in the backfield. Ryder is, but he's going to break one tackle and then get tacking down there about the 20. So loss of about 3, I believe, on that play. And you kind of hope to see him get going here on the offensive side as well because, he had a really good game at defense, last week at Good Circle.
Yeah, I'd sure like to see him get in the end zone on senior night. He's our only senior running back. So that
Absolutely.
would be nice.
Looks like he's going to come out for this play here, though, but going to bring up a 3rd and 7 on the 20-yard line, back basically close to where we started this drive at. Drayden back under center, I formation, doubles to the right side. Going to be a toss to Creed out on the outside. He's going to get enough. He's going to be right across the first down, so that's going to stop the clock here at 4:30. It's going to be a first down for Creed Clayton, and just kids running possess so far tonight, and you like to see that.
Yeah, and they do a good job there of setting the edge, and he catches the ball clean, gets around, and does a good job to pick up the first down there.
Absolutely. So it's going to bring up a 1st and 10 on the 13 here for the Tigers.
2 receivers split out to the right.
Drayden under center. Going to hand off Paxton Allen up the middle. He's going to carry about defender with him. Gain about 5 there. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 5 here for the Tigers as they're pushing with 4:02 remaining here in the first quarter. Tigers lead 13-0 over Coffeyville, Phil Kinley. Do you ever call him Phil Kinley? I've always called him Coffeyville. So.
Yeah, Coffeyville.
Coffeyville, yeah. Coffeyville Golden Tornadoes.
And that's a heck of a play there, too. I don't think we've seen number one. You don't see a lot of fullbacks anymore, anyways. But I think you'd be hard pressed to find someone that kind of fits that mold any better than Paxton does for us. So.
Absolutely, kind of looks like the Shermanator out there for the Chiefs back in the day. The way he just runs. I mean, he runs downhill with the football every time.
Absolutely.
Trading back under center. Going to be a handoff to Creed. He's going to bounce out to the right side, get shoestring tackle from the back. So it's going to be just short of the to goal. So it's going to be bringing about 3rd and 3, I believe, 3rd and 2 here.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be what are we at, our 5-yard line?
Yeah, about right at the 5, I think.
Need to get to the 2 to get a first down.
Yeah, so it's one of your favorite things where you kind of still can get a first down here before you get a touchdown if you need to. So
and you got 2 plays to get it. So
back in the I formation seems like a good formation for us so far the past 2 games. Drayden under center, going to take the snap. Halfback dive right up to Creed. He's going to roll off of him. Going to be right there at the marker. We'll see where they spot it at, but it's going to bring up possibly 4th down or 1st down depending on the spot of the ball here.
Yeah, it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, it looks like the chain guy said 4th down already, so they're confident with that.
Half-yard short.
Yep, and it looks like Coffeyville is going to take a time out, so will we. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. We'll be right back after this break.
There's a lot to be said about home field advantage, whether we're talking about football or business. There is a comfort level in knowing your surroundings and the people you are dealing with. Our staff members at Cheney-Witt Chapel are all Fort Scott High School and Fort Scott Community College alumni. So whether we say go Tigers or Greyhounds, we really mean it. Cheney-Witt Chapel, we're here when you need us. Find us fast in names and numbers.
Cheney-Witt Memorial Chapel is built on the tradition of care.
We're back here as the Coffeyville Golden Tornadoes took a timeout with 3:12 here in the first quarter. Fort Scott 13 and the Tornadoes 0. Going to be back here with a 4th and about 1 here on the 4. So we're going to get back here, get the camera back up. We're trying to get back to the huddle so we don't have to sit here and do the camera all night, but might just have to put in a little bit extra work here.
Yeah.
So
back under center here. He's going to hand it off. I think it's going to be enough for a first down there. Coffeyville is sure excited like they didn't get the first down, but man, by the spot that I saw, we fell forward over the pile. We'll see here. He's going to spot it at the 2, so it's going to be a first down by we'll say a half a yard or so. We're going to get right back under center here. We're going to be in a power I formation, 2 fullbacks, split to the one to the right. Hand it off to Ryder Newton, and he's going to push his way to. They're going to put him at the 1-inch yard. Oh,
no,
they're going to give him the touchdown.
Late touchdown for Ryder Newton.
So Ryder Newton scores here on senior night in Fort Scott. Good for him.
Absolutely. You love to see that for Ryder. You know everything he's had to battle through this season and going to continue to battle, but that's going to break the lead. Fort Scott 19, Coffeyville 0 here with Caleb Hall to try the point after. Do want to give a shout out to Mr. Toll as he got on the camera for us to help us out here on the YouTube. So
the PA system's down here at the stadium, so he's jumping in to help us. We appreciate him.
I'm going to have a good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is good again. So that's going to make the Tigers 20, Coffeyville 0, 2:30 left here in the first quarter. Take a quick break as we get set up here for the kickoff. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
The Fort Scott jungle has tigers galore with ferocious appetites for more. That's why all the tigers fill their belly at Marsh's Deli, located at 6 West 18th Street. It's the tradition of every game day to ensure the winning lay of play. It's easy to score a big food win with deliveries, carry-out, or even dine-in. Marsh's Deli welcomes call-in orders too. You can call us at 620-223-6432. All Tigers know that Marsh's Deli is where you fill your belly.
Hey folks, Frank here with Briggs & Fort Scott. I can't believe it's that time of year again. Model year-end closeout sale. The 2026s are starting to arrive, and these 2025s have to go. Shop 8 brands all in one location. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevy, GMC, and Toyota. All deeply discounted with rates as low as 0%. Now is the time. Find all these brands in Fort Scott or at BriggsAuto.com. I'm Frank, and I'll see you on the show.
We're going to be back here on the kickoff. Caleb's going to kind of squib it in. He's just going to fall on it there at about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, so, you know, just this kind of everything that you wanted to do here.
Yeah, everything's going right for us so far. So that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 here for Coffeyville.
Yeah, sorry, our radio phone was getting a private call, so I was about to answer it. I was like, wait, we're on the radio. We can't be answering phone calls right now. But Coffeyville's going to take over here right at the 31-yard line, 1st and 10. Going to be in kind of a shotgun pro formation that we've seen, you know, the past 2-3 weeks, so we see it coming here. Going to take the snap. Going to be a handoff, number 7 here. He's going to cut up the left side and be filled by a few Tiger tacklers. Gain of about 0.
I think he maybe loses a half yard, if anything, on that play there.
For sure.
So they do. They have some big kids up front. I mean, their line's not small. Just not much depth, as Dylan talked about earlier. I think we heard they had 25 kids, and that when I got here, I thought it was just their specials.
Yeah, he's like, is everybody else coming out? And we were told, no, everybody's already out.
That is everybody. Yeah. So they're going to have Tripp split to the far side of the field again here. He's going to take the snap. He's looking to pass. Oh, and it's broken up, and maybe intercepted there.
Yeah. They are giving it to us, yes.
Interception there. So I think, I'm not sure who held that up there, or if I think Shy is on top of it there. He kind of knocks it down, and then Dexter Williams is
snuck up and grabbed it. He almost went from a beautiful one-handed catch for Coffeyville to a great diving catch for an interception for the Tigers here. So
what a play by them. Great coverage there by Shy Kennedy.
Absolutely. So that's going to start the Tigers here with great field position on the Coffeyville 37 as Drayden gets back under center. I formation, going to be a handoff to Creed. He's going to get hit in the backfield, but break one tackle, kind of get almost right back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a half-yard loss or a yard.
Loses a yard there probably. So.
It's going to be a 2nd and 11 here, and you know we got to get that one or two guy that gets on getting to the backfield here. That's the one thing we can kind of hang our hat on so far. They've gotten a few of them back in the backfield on a couple plays and kind of stopped it from going.
Yeah, and they run a similar defense to us, kind of a 4-3.
Yeah, they're going to fill the box. We haven't passed the ball yet here tonight. Maybe we'll see that coming up soon. But Drayden under center, I formation, split out. Going to be a toss play to Creed. Get him to the outside. Gets a great block there by Paxton. And he's going to take it to the 15, the 10, the 5. And he gets in there. So Creed Clayton with another touchdown. 1:35 remaining here at Frary Field. First quarter, Tigers 26, Coffeyville 0. And just great cutout block there for Paxton and just sent him free on a toss play.
Yeah, and at this point, he may have 200 yards rushing or more. So as a team, I can almost guarantee you we're going to run for 300 yards tonight.
Yeah, we might be halfway there already for sure.
Yeah, we almost have to be. So Caleb sets up for another PAT here. Caden going to take the snap. It's a good snap, gets it down. Automatic. Going to split it right down the middle. Going to bring us to 26. Fort Scott, Coffeyville 0 here. So, 27 with 1:35 to go still here in the first quarter. So
we're going to keep it right here, and we do want to thank all our Tiger sponsors that has brought to you the Tiger game tonight. Atkins Insurance, Billard Hammer and Hartman Insurance, Bourbon County Cars, Brick Street Barbecue. You know, proud supporters of the Tiger athletics and student athletes, and obviously senior night tonight. So we thank you for backing the Tigers tonight. As you know, it's exactly what you want to see if you're a Tiger fan. You know, we kind of been waiting on this all year of start hot, and that's exactly what we've done. And
right,
you know,
a couple breaks have gone our way. That's been kind of the issue the last couple of weeks. The early breaks have not gone our way. Felt like they did in the Pittsburgh game, but since then, I don't know that we've had.
Not early.
You know,
no.
The ball just hasn't bounced our way. So it's nice to see here tonight. You kind of get that offensive barrage early. Also, it helps when you run back an interception 92 yards.
Yes, yeah.
So
Caleb Hall with a kick here. He's going to be a nice line drive about the 20 again. He's going to take it up to the 30 here. He kind of runs out of bounds and gets hit, but going to be down right there at the 30-yard line as the Tiger defense. The dark side comes back out here, pitching a shutout so far in the first quarter, and hopefully we can continue doing that.
Yeah. It would be great to see a shutout tonight. Get the boys a taco feed.
I know. Mama Lat, it's not going to be Mama Lat now because she's probably helping out with Pittsburgh over there a little bit.
Yeah.
And so we'll maybe have to give her a call still, see if she can do that since we did it on the anniversary of the 2000 state team.
And we're going to come back out on defense here. Coffeyville's going to start. Ball on their own 30. They're going to stay in shotgun. The receiver split out each side. Wing back to the right here. He's going to take the snap, hand it off over the left side. He's going to be hit but not brought down early. He's going to get right back to the line of scrimmage before he's brought down by a few different Tigers over there. Looked like number 65, Brody Stoughton, was in there on the stop before he was helped out by 3 or 4 others. So we're flying around on the football tonight. It's good to see, you know, group tackling. There are a lot of white helmets getting to the football.
For sure. Hopefully next year, I have heard that we're going back to red helmets, so we can finally say red helmets again too.
Yeah.
So that'll be pretty neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now white helmets, and we're flying to the football here.
They're going to take the snap again. He's going to hand it off to the right side, and he's going to get nowhere. Maybe gets a yard on the carry there, and again, just gang tackled by a group of Tigers there.
Brody Stoughton's back on the pile
Yeah.
too, and Aiden Ogren's over
Austin
there.
Harrington didn't get past the RD line there, kind of the left side just imploded it. But so going to bring up a long third down here. Going to bring up 3rd and 9 for the Golden Tornadoes. They're going to sub a receiver in here. Sorry, running back.
Trips formation here on our side of the sideline. So
yeah, he's going to take the snap, rolls out to his right side to the trips. Nothing open. He's looking. It throws it. Oh. Thought Caden Kane was going to get us an interception there again. And if he does, he's got open field in front of him, but instead it's an incompletion.
yeah, his wide receiver there kind of stayed packed where he was at about 5 yards off the line of scrimmage, and I think the quarterback decided he wanted about 10 yards instead and threw it right there to the other opening, and about got his wide receiver cleaned up and the ball picked off. So looks like it's going to be in punt formation here for the Golden Tornadoes. Dexter Williams is going to go back.
Clock stopped here at 15 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Fourth quarter. Hold on, I'll get at ourselves.
Yeah. Again, 27 Tigers, Golden Tornadoes 0 here. They're having a little bit of trouble running people late on the punt team. Doesn't seem like they're sure who's supposed to be out there. They're going to get the snap back, though. He's going to get the kickoff. Short kick.
Just let it go. Going to drop down there about the 48-yard line.
Yeah.
So for the first time in a few series here, the Tigers will actually be starting in their side of the sideline.
Yeah.
So their side of the field here with 8 seconds left here in the first quarter, so we'll probably see one play, and then we'll send it off to break as we will start the second quarter here as the Tigers 27, Tornadoes 0.
Yeah, what a first quarter here for the Tigers. Again, we talked about starting fast. Coach Stark talked about that yesterday at the coach's corner with Dylan, and that's exactly what they've done. So
yeah, Drayden under center is going to be another toss play out here to Creed. He's going to have a little bit of room to go. Kind of goes down right there. Kind of did like a slide a little bit, but.
Gosh, I hate that. It scares me on the turf. You see them slide almost into the player, and then when they get hit and push back, it scares me bad. You see it all the time in the NFL and bigger level football. That's how knees get hurt.
Yep, but that's going to be the end of the first quarter here as Fort Scott takes a commanding lead here in the first quarter, 27-0. Ain't going to take a whole lot of time to flip the field here as they were about on the 48, so it's going to flip over about 4 yards, but we'll be right back here. Listen to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
The Fort Scott Jungle has tigers galore with ferocious appetites for more. That's why all the tigers fill their belly at March's Deli, located at 6 West 18th Street. It's the tradition of every game day to ensure the winning way of play. It's easy to score a big food win with deliveries, carry-out, or even dine-in. March's Deli welcomes call-in orders, too. You can call us at 620-223-6432. All tigers know that March's Deli is where you fill your belly.
Hey folks, Frank here with Briggs & Fort Scott. I can't believe it's that time of year again. Model year-end closeout sale. The 2026s are starting to arrive, and these 2025s have to go. Shop 8 brands all in one location. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevy, GMC, and Toyota. All deeply discounted with rates as low as 0%. Now is the time. Find all
Tigers are back here. I formation, Drayden under center. Going to be split out wide on both sides. Going to be a handoff right up the middle of Creed Clayton. Going to be enough for a first down, so really just showing off right now. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that sophomore Creed Clayton's going to get a lot of carries tonight in that I formation.
Yeah, I mean, there's no sense in going away from it. Why would you steer away from Paxton? Just hand the ball to Paxton, Creed, and Ryder, and just let him keep going.
For sure, in that I formation, I'm sure Paxton, he's not getting the ball a whole lot, but I'm sure he's loving just getting the gun to go downfield and just hit the first person he sees and just
pancake people
clear the way. Hey, it's a tight running back room, so they know what they're doing up there. They know that they're going to get the glory as well. Drive back under center, another handoff to Creed. He's going to bounce out to the right after looking up the middle. Makes a nice move. Gets down to about the 28-yard line. Enough for another Tiger first down, and kind of made a cut that, talking about watching the old 2000s highlight tape, a Barrow's cut right there that, he used to make and just on a dime put somebody else on the ground.
Yeah, I was going to say, too, when we were talking about Paxton there, I'm not sure which one he'd rather have. If he just gets to absolutely mow somebody down.
He'd love a pancake block for sure,
or if he wants to run for
in there
5
now.
yards.
Yep. It's going to be a counter. Creed's going to have a wide open lane if he can get to the outside. He's
It's
at
a
the
race
20.
to the corner there. Stiff arm
115,
He's
10,
gonna score
5,
again.
and touchdown. Creed Clayton, 4-6 again. I believe that's 3 already on the night.
Oh, boy. And number 11, he is down in the dumps. He comes after Creed, and Creed just puts a hand to his helmet and shoves him to the ground.
Absolutely. What a play by Creed. That's going to make it Fort Scott 33, Coffeyville 0, 10:56 left here in the second quarter as it just started. So
yeah, it's going to be Kyler Hurlbut there. Tries to come up. He's a freshman for Coffeyville there.
So Caleb's going to come off for attempt the PAT again, and besides that one fire play, he's perfect on the night. And let's not broadcast jinx him here, so hopefully he puts this one through as well.
I don't think we're going to jinx him. As long as it's a good snap.
Good hold, and it's right down the middle. No catch by the kids out there. Kind of wanted to see him make a play, but it's going to make it 34, Fort Scott, Coffeyville 0. We'll be right back after this break. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
There's a lot to be said about home field advantage, whether we're talking about football or business. There is a comfort level in knowing your surroundings and the people you are dealing with. Our staff members at Cheniewit Chapel are all Fort Scott High School and Fort Scott Community College alumni. So whether we say go Tigers or Greyhounds, we really mean it. Cheniewit Chapel, we're here when you need us. Find us fast in names and numbers.
Cheniewit Memorial Chapel is built on the tradition of care.
Back here at Frary Field as the Tigers line up for yet another kickoff here. So they got the ball, in the first quarter at the start of the game, and since then it's been all Tigers as it is 34-0 since first couple plays of the game. We we got all the way right down in the red zone, and it's not changed a whole lot so far tonight.
No, Caleb's getting plenty of work on senior night here. This is the most he's kicked in a while, so he's going to boot it again, kind of a rolling kickoff to the 20. He's going to try to return it up the right side. Going to get tracked down there. Oh, he gets kind of held up at his feet and decleated
cleaned
there.
up, yeah.
I think Gavin Miles had him by the feet, and Damian Anderson smacks him there on the right sideline. They're going to have the ball at about the 20. We'll say 20, 30. They kept moving.
Yeah. Moved up, though, so the Tornadoes will take over here at their 30-yard line. Defense has definitely been staying strong here. That first drive for them, they did get a couple first downs, but since then we've kind of cleaned it up here.
Yeah, pretty much just suffocated them there. Defensive line all shifts to the right there. Takes a snap, hands it off over the right side. He's got a little room. They're going to push him out of bounds. Going to gain about 7, it looks like there.
It's 10:45 left as he went out of bounds here in the second quarter.
Yeah, to what Dylan just said there, our defense, that first series, it's all, you can watch all the film you want, but you never know exactly what they're going to switch a few things up, here and there to try to adjust to us. And they do that. We make the adjustments, on our side, and really they haven't had much success on the offensive side of the ball since.
No, but we're also on their side of the ball. We're going to see that number 76, Davison Sutherland. Big old boy here out on the outside. He's only a junior, so we'll see him again next year.
Yeah.
They kind of run right behind him and gain about maybe a half a yard to a yard there, but he looks the part as a offensive lineman for sure.
Yeah, a big kid. Kind of plays with high pad level there. I'd like to see what he could do if he would, but also
get low, yeah.
A little tougher when you're that big, I guess.
Yeah, it's harder to get lower. We don't have that problem of get lower. We kind of already live there, so.
They're going to come back out. Twins, 2 receivers to each side, running back on his right hip. They're going to check. He's going to get the play here. Quick pass, going to be caught. Kind of runs a little quick
slant route, basically, in a sense. Yeah, right up the middle. It's going to be enough for a Coffeyville first down and gets about to the 40-yard line, so now they're in Tiger territory here.
Yeah, good play call if you're Coffeyville. You haven't had much success all night. Our defensive backs have been pretty suffocating, so he runs a quick little slant there, gets the ball, and gets a little bit of open space. We get him down. They're going to come back out. 2 wing back to the left, 2 receivers to the right. He's going to hand it off to the left and get nothing. Going to get a loss on the play, or maybe just right back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, so they already switched the amp out.
So, going to bring up second. They're going to call it 2nd and 10 here. They're going to be at the Fort Scott 40.
So, yeah. It just kept –
Coffeyville's going to get set here.
That's why we couldn't introduce the guys. I tried –
They're going to have 2 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. He's going to take the snap, fake the handoff. Ball's on the ground. He falls on it.
Smartly just jumps on this one for sure.
So they try to fake the handoff there and go play action, I believe. Or quarterback counter, whatever they're trying to do. And kind of the ball falls out in the mesh there. So going to be a loss. Bring up 3rd and 12 for Coffeyville here from the Fort Scott 42-yard line. 8:40 here.
Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 12.
Yeah, 8:40 here to go. Be 8:30 by the time they probably snap this again. Fort Scott 34, Coffeyville 0. They're going to go in a tight formation here. Single receiver to the right. Going to go quarterback run over the right side, and he's not going to get much.
Going to gain about 4, make it a 4th and 8 probably here.
Yeah, and that's actually, they're in a wildcat formation there, so they're running back. Kobe Kirk, sophomore there. Boy, they don't have, looking at this.
Yeah.
I count 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 4 seniors. Almost their whole team is freshman, sophomore. I mean, they maybe have 6 upperclassmen, 7 on the whole team. So they're going to go same thing here again. Wildcat, he's going to break over the left side. And he's going to get really close to that first down. I think he's going to get the first down.
Looks like he's right on the 30. So, they're not going to stop fighting either on that sideline, and we got to make sure.
No, he can move too. He's quick.
Up that defense a little bit. We need to get back in it and get a couple more stops here.
Yeah, you see a little burst there. I mean, they haven't got anything, so I'm sure the coach is like, hey, let's switch it up. What's it going to hurt? It's 34-0. Barely into the second quarter here, so they're going to switch back here. They run like a they were 2 wingbacks tight here. Nope, they're going to stay in it. The running back's going to take it, and Wildcat, he's going to make one guy miss, and then he gets loose over the left side.
Gavin makes a good tackle there.
Tackle, yeah.
Potential touchdown-saving tackle there by Gavin Miles.
Yeah, and if you're going to run the ball, maybe should have done this all night. It's working for him. So we had somebody in the backfield there. I think Caden Cannon's there. He just puts a move on him. He's a shifty kid. Makes him miss and then gets loose. If I'm guessing, I'd say they're going to stay in Wildcat the rest of this drive. Yeah, they're going to stay in it here. So the quarterback's going to be on his hip here. He's going to take it, hand it off to the number 7, who was the quarterback. And what is Shy Kennedy? Shy Kennedy's right there. I don't know what happened on that one.
It's going to be enough for a Coffeyville first down.
He's going to get the first down. I thought it was almost a dead play because he just kind of runs by him there. That was weird. Going to bring up 1st and 10 for Coffeyville here. Ball's going to be on the 16-yard line, so Fort Scott needs to tighten it up a little bit here. You want to keep him out of the end zone. They're going to take it again in the Wildcat. Going to take the snap. Quarterback counter right there. Miss him in the backfield, but he's not going to get much, maybe a yard or 2 on the carry. Brody Stoughton's so close right there to getting him in the backfield for a loss.
Yeah, so we got to tighten up in the red zone. That's something that we really did last week very well, and we've done a couple weeks is when they got down to the red zone last night, the second half. We stopped it, it looks like.
Yeah.
Coffeyville's going to take another timeout here, 5:46 left in the second quarter. Fort Scott 34, Coffeyville 0. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
Prepare for a night you'll never forget at Sharky's Pub and Grub. Step onto their haunted patio, if you dare, for spine-tingling karaoke with DJ Ivy spinning chilling tunes all night long. Come dressed to impress or to terrify and enter Sharky's costume contest. And sip on special Halloween potions and brews made just for this frightful occasion. Halloween on the patio is November 1st at Fort Scott's very own Sharky's Pub and Grub at 16 North National. Don't miss their final bone-chilling patio party of the year.
Back here at Frary Field as Coffeyville and Fort Scott come out of that timeout. 5:46 left here in the second quarter. Fort Scott 34, Coffeyville 0. Going to be in Wildcat formation here again. He's going to look to pass this time. Aiden's got him wrapped up.
They're going to give us
litter of flags.
Horse collar maybe, or holding maybe.
Maybe got him around the helmet or something there, but they all threw him, so they all saw something there. Unfortunately, could have been a sack, and he just kind of got away. And
yeah,
see what the call is here on a 2nd and 9. The sack standing currently. It's one of those. All those flags came out right around it, so it's probably going to be on us.
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird. It looked like he almost whiffed when he tried to tackle him. So I'm not sure what happened there. We'll see.
It's gonna be a personal foul, face mask, and yep, that was definitely on the the missed opportunity on the first sack. We did sack him, but with that penalty, that's going to move him up 15 and give him an automatic first down. So that's going to be 1st and goal from about.
Yeah, it'll be half the distance to the goal. So
still going to be 1st and goal, though, because it's automatic first down, and it's going to be about at the, usually personal foul's automatic first down, isn't it?
Not in high school, no.
Oh, okay.
It'll be 2nd and 2 there. Ball on the 8-yard line. So they're going to bring their quarterback back in here. Going to go back to number 10, Owen Billingsley.
Now there's another flag. Too many players on the field, it looks like, for them. So that's going to bring up it's going to give us some of the yards back, but not all of them.
Yeah. And that's tough there because you get a little bit of momentum. They get down to the 8-yard line, and then I'm just glad it's not us.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've had our issues of getting in the red zone and kind of shooting ourselves in the foot. And it's nice to see the other team have those issues instead of us sometimes.
And they kind of have they probably knew by counting on the sideline, like, hey, we got too many out there because there's not enough over here on the sideline, too.
With that few players, they're like, hey, where's so-and-so?
Yep.
He's not supposed to be out there. So they're going to
move back 2nd and 7 here. And Aaron, go ahead.
Stay in this kind of tight formation, 2 wings to the right. They're going to hand it off over the right side, a quick flag. He's going to he's not going to get to the first down, but going to run it over the right side for, we'll say 5.
Yeah. Usually that means somebody's going to be set up offsides or illegal formation. Somebody's covered up. So, illegal formation on Coffeyville is going to back them up even more.
No, I think they said false start.
Well, this is also illegal formation, I believe, too. So
yeah, it probably was because it was
false start. They would have called it dead. Yeah, I think
as soon as they started.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to back him up some more.
2nd and 12.
Yeah.
So kind of back where if we would have got the sack. Yeah.
Move it up, move it back, move it up, move it back. It seems like they get 5, we move them back 5. They get 5 again, we move them back 5.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 12 here. Ball's on the, what are we looking at, 18-yard line?
18-yard line, yep. 5:18 left here in the second quarter and counting. Fort Scott 34, Coffeyville 0. And they are going to go ahead and burn their final timeout, I believe. So we'll take it back to the station. You listen to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
Since 1886, it's been the 2 words we live by and the chant we live to cheer. Be here all season as the Jayhawks hit the turf.
Touchdown, Kansas!
Join us this Saturday as the Jayhawks face off with Kansas State in the Sunflower Showdown. Our coverage begins at 9:30 on your home for Kansas Jayhawk football.
Brought to you in part by Down Spirits and Wine, Derailed Commodity, and SEKContractors.com.
Back here at Frary Field after coming out of that timeout. Time left, 5:12 here in the second quarter. Fort Scott with the lead, commanding lead 34-0 over Coffeyville, and kind of just a couple mistakes here on Coffeyville's sideline after getting a face mask on the Tigers and moved up to about a 2nd and 2. They've went backwards since then to bring up a 2nd and 12 here on the 18-yard line.
Yep. So 2nd and long here. We'll see what they can do. Maybe see a screen, or I don't know. They've been just running the ball. We'll see if they don't run it again. Yeah, he's going to drop back to pass here, and he's in trouble.
And he throws the ball out.
He throws the ball down. The ball's loose.
Kind of gave up there and didn't know for sure, but it's one of those you just grab the ball first and worry about everything else later, but that's going to move them all the way back to about the 36-yard line. 36-yard line. So that's going to bring up I'll let you do the math real quick, Aaron. 3rd and what?
A long ways, about a half mile.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the quarterback was doing there. I think it almost looked like he was trying to just like spike it or something, but he's running backwards. He just kind of almost drops it. That was just weird. I don't think he actually fumbled it. I think he was.
It looked a lot like Thursday Night Football last night with Carson Wentz. Sometimes you just don't know what he's quite doing out there, but
looked like he thought he was going to just kind of throw it away.
It's going to be a show. It's the Wentz experience, and that's kind of what that was too. It looked like he was trying to get down or something and just get it out and just kind of let it go.
They're going to come out in a T formation, running back to each side of the quarterback. He's going to take the snap, hand it off over the right side. He gets loose for a little bit, but, man, they have – I mean, it's like it was 3rd and 36, so he's going to –
almost half a field to go there. So bring up a 4th and –
long 4th down. We'll call it 4th and –
we got the 28-yard line. They got to get to the 12.
Yeah. So, again, they're in 4-down territory. A little too close to punt, a little too far to kick it, so they're going to see what they can do here.
Yep, they're going to have to figure it out here in the next 20 seconds as the play clock's going there. You're out of timeouts, 3:45 and counting here in the second quarter.
They're going to stay in this T formation, wing back, receiver split to the left, single receiver to the right. He's going to take the snap. That's a false start.
That's going to be a false start, yeah. I think that's everybody but the center false start right there. Everybody else was ready, and the center didn't snap it. So
that was one nice thing last week that I liked at Circle. Nice place. Their school is really nice. We were talking before the game, too. Not what I was bringing up, but their band was huge.
Yeah.
Just as far as environment, I thought it was a great high school football environment, but the head official had the microphone.
Yeah, so you kind of hear.
So it was nice to be able to kind of hear who it was on and those things.
Fortunately, I don't think he's getting to our surround sound up here tonight.
Nope, we don't have working sound tonight, unfortunately. So even if he had one, it wouldn't work. I know they'll get it fixed. Kind of sucks that at least we were able to announce senior night, probably the most important part of the night. So
absolutely.
Good for that. They're going to take the snap here. He's going to run.
Going to be a
thrown dead again.
Must be a delay game because that's from the back judge back there. So he got that little buzzer to let him know. So they're going to move on back.
goodness, they just can't get out of their own way right now.
No, and this is, just infuriating if you're a coach over there.
I promise you their coach wants to go.
I think he's just decided that it looks like he's bringing the punt team out now.
Yeah, I mean, you get down to past the 30 there, and you've almost got to just do your best to get a first down. Well, now they're backed up again where the kicker's going to be standing at about the 48. So in this case, just try to pin us as deep as you can if you're Coffeyville. We're in a punt safe. Nobody deep here. Just watching for any fakes. Snap's good. He's going to get it up.
Close to being blocked. There.
Yeah.
It's going to give him a good roll there.
So, roll.
Be about at the 15 here as Tigers take over with 2:38 left in the second quarter. Fort Scott 34, Coffeyville 0, and, promising drive there for them. Just kind of, unfortunately, just went backwards too far there at the end.
And the shutout's still rolling here.
Absolutely. So get that meat kind of thawing out here if we can finish up this game and get that taco feed.
2:38 to go here. Fort Scott 34, Coffeyville 0. So they got down to inside the 20. They're in the red zone, and we keep them out of the end zone.
Absolutely. So Drayden's going to come back here under center in the I formation. Creed's going to be in the backfield. Going to take the handoff right up the middle, break one tackle, break a couple more. Gets hit right there about the third level. 8 yards gain there. Going to bring up a 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3. 2:25. So, with this commanding lead, you're not going to try to throw or anything crazy here. Just going to kind of bleed the clock out. And if you break one, you break one. But if not, just kind of take it to the locker room where you're at.
Yeah, I'd say if we do see any throwing, it's going to be it's probably not going to be 2 minutes to go here, but
nope.
It's going to be some
I don't know if we're going to see a pass tonight.
Yep, maybe not.
Back under center.
Here we go.
We're going to see one. It's going to be off of Aiden's hands, unfortunately. So that's going to stop the clock 2:01.
So good play action there.
Yeah.
Drayden sells it, and Aiden Ogren's running free. He wishes he had that one back. Drayden puts the ball right on him, just kind of hits him in the hands.
We knew it was coming up here. We wanted to sell it with them by saying they weren't going to pass.
I really didn't think we'd sit here before halftime.
Yeah.
I thought we'd just go ahead and run it, but
But 2:01, there is no 2-minute warning here in high school football, so it's going to keep going. If we get a first down, the clock will stop there. But Drayden under center, I formation, doubles to our side. Going to be a handoff, Paxton Allen right up the middle. He's at the 30, 35, 40. He's getting to the outside. He's at the 50.
Showing the speed.
He's at the 40, the 30.
No one's touching him.
20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Paxton Allen. Touchdown, Fort Scott. No flags on the play. Minute 48 left.
Yeah, what a run by your fullback there. We run just a quick, look like just inside veer. We give it to him, and he
just took it.
Yeah, and he's kind of the bruiser, too. Look at him. He's like,
he's huffing and puffing now.
That's a long run.
Yep, but no, that's good for Paxton. He's been filling that, opening that gap for everybody all night, and finally got a touch pay dirt there himself as the Tigers.
He deserves 40, it there.
Coffeyville 0, minute 48 here, second quarter. Caden's down for the snap here. Keep the streak going for Caleb.
Heck of a run there by Paxton Allen. 60?
Good snap,
60
good hold.
Some yards.
Ooh, squeaked over the top. That was more of a line drive.
Yeah, still puts it through, though.
He's going to say if we could hear a doink or something, I think, up here. But nope, it goes through. Fort Scott 41. Coffeyville 0. And, Sean Pitlawani down there, he might run out of fireworks.
No, I think hopefully he brought enough. Yeah. Someone actually texted me and was like, what is the score? The fireworks are going crazy.
Yeah.
Turn on YouTube.
Yeah, turn on YouTube.
We're trying to get these viewers up.
Yeah. No, we appreciate all of you that are tuning in as well. And the Tigers are taking a commanding lead with a minute 48 left here in the second quarter. And we want to thank a couple more sponsors here tonight that makes all this possible. We got Deal Banwart Bolton CPA, Doordery Insurance, D&Z Overhead Doors, Farm Brew Financial Services, Todd Schmidt, Fort Scott Livestock, Fort Scott Community College, Fort Scott Smoke Shop, Dawn Spirits and Wines. Definitely got to thank H2 Painting for letting their boss get off of the roofs and all that, kind of tighten up here in the fall right before get all that good color down there and get back in here in the booth and announce with me here.
Yeah, also, again, Dusty, the usual PA announcer, he's left, so I wanted to, again, thank Kurt Toll for running our camera for us.
Yeah.
He could have packed it up and went home, too, to his cozy house, but he's standing running the camera, and I can't tell you how nice it is to not have to try to call the game and run the camera at the same time. It's not easy.
No. So we do appreciate him. Ball's going to be taken at the 30 here. Tigers are going to fill. Ooh, big hit there by Caden Canning.
Cannon levels him. So, he felt that one.
Yes, he did. Gain of about 5 on that return there, and he felt all of it there. So the ball's going to be spotted about the 36-yard line. And, you brought up brought up Kirk up here doing the camera. I think he slipped me a message and said he's got till halftime, and then we got to figure it out ourselves.
I'm giving him too much credit. He's going to
He's got to stay warm.
As soon as I start giving him credit, he's dipping out on us.
We
Either
do
way,
appreciate him, though, yes.
Yeah, I'll take it. Just running it for a half's better than the whole game for one of us. So.
Absolutely.
They're going to come back out, have two wings to the left, and they're going to run it to that side. He's going to cut it back in, get a few yards. Looks like he's going to gain about 6 on the carry. So the ball's going to be...
Yeah, and if they had any chances to hurry up here, they had to blow through all their timeouts on that last series, really. So clock's still going at 1:25 and counting.
So it's going to bring up 2nd and 5, ball on the 43-yard line, we'll call it. Sorry. Yeah, 43. Run over the right side for Coffeyville. He's going to get right to the first down marker. I think he got enough for the first down.
So they are going to kill the clock here in minute 10 as they spot the ball and move the chains maybe.
Boy,
they're looking.
They're going to not give it to him. That's pretty favorable.
So now they got to
spot
wind
for
that
Fort
clock
Scott.
back. Yeah, so it's going to be 3rd down. They still haven't even spotted the oh, nope, they do give him the first down.
Okay.
So
honestly,
usually when you stop the clock, you're just like, hey,
looked like he got another.
Yeah.
They spotted him about a yard short because they happened to fall right in front of where we're at up here in the booth. And I thought he got it pretty easily. So first down, clock's taking under a minute here. They're kind of taking their time. Going to send a guy in motion. Nope.
Double
Actually,
motion.
I don't think he's in motion. I think he's on the wrong side. So 2 wings to the right. They're going to run it to the left side here. Quarterback run out of the Wildcat.
Filled up right there at line of scrimmage. Looks like they gave him enough to get back to the line of scrimmage. So 40 seconds here. Might see one more play for the Golden Tornadoes as we take it into half here.
Yeah, and I know we're doing a heck of a job here defensively, offensively. Special teams, we're just playing a complete game tonight, but it's got to be tough if you're one of the kids, especially, all the underclassmen. You just hope that if you're Coffeyville, they don't quit next year, because I don't know what you do if they give up next year. You only got 20-some kids out. Boy, that would be that's a tough situation.
Like you said, their coach is pretty good, so he's probably going to be able to find some players to go.
Yeah.
But they're going to hand off over here to the left side. Gets about 4, and that's going to take us into halftime and the DQ Grill and Chill halftime show. Take an extended break here, try to get everything set back up and our belts back under us. But Fort Scott taking a huge lead into halftime, 41, Coffeyville 0. You listen to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
2 quarters down and 2 to go, which means it's time for the Fort Scott DQ Grill and Chill halftime show, live from Frary Field. DQ Grill and Chill is home of the signature stack burgers, classic treats, and all the flavors of fall with the Fall Blizzard lineup. Download the DQ app for delicious deals and a whole lot more. Your local Fort Scott DQ Grill and Chill at 2328 South Main is always a fan favorite. Be sure to visit DQ Grill and Chill after tonight's game. Now, with the DQ Grill and Chill halftime show live from Frary Field, here's the voice of the Tigers, Dylan Duffy.
Fallicious flavors await at your local DQ Grill and Chill. Savor the season with DQ's Fall Blizzard lineup. The irresistible classic pumpkin pie blizzard, the decadent caramel toffee cookie blizzards, and introducing the creamy maple cookie shake. Fall head over heels with all these DQ fall flavors. Visit your Fort Scott DQ Grill and Chill at 2328 South Main and treat your taste buds to a blissful bite of autumn. Your fall flavor adventure awaits now at DQ Grill and Chill.
Casper Enterprises, LLC is a full-service general contractor providing both commercial and residential new construction and remodeling, as well as boat dock fabrication and repair. 3 generations strong, we have over 50 years combined experience in the industry. Call Bo for all your construction needs. Proud supporter of all of our Fort Scott Tigers. Go Tigers!
The Fort Scott jungle has tigers galore, with ferocious appetites for more. That's why all the tigers fill their belly at Marsh's Deli, located at 6 West 18th Street. It's the tradition of every game day to ensure the winning way of play. It's easy to score a big food win with deliveries, carry-out, or even dine-in. Marsh's Deli welcomes call-in orders too. You can call us at 6432. All Tigers know that Marsh's Deli is where you fill your belly.
Since 1921, Billiard Hammer Hartman Insurance has been a staple in the community, meeting the needs of our area residents. We handle many types of insurance from auto, home, farm, motorcycle, ATV, watercraft, as well as many aspects of your business needs. We are a proud supporter of sports in our local area, schools, and our athletes. Give us a call, 620-223-2970, or stop by our office. We're located at 20 South National in beautiful downtown Fort Scott, Kansas.
If you feel like you're caught somewhere between who you are and who you want to be, consider attending classes at Fort Scott Community College. Whether you're interested in advancing your education experience or moving from learning to earning as quickly as possible, one of Fort Scott's almost 40 different programs will fit your needs and move you towards the person you hope to become. Please visit fortscott.edu. Click the big Apply Now button and set yourself on a path to becoming the person you always hoped to be.
Are you bold or sweet? Why not be both with the new sweet chili sauce and tossed chicken strip basket from your local Fort Scott DQ Grill and Chill? Savor the sweet and tanginess with a subtle kick of heat. Or stick with the classic honey barbecue sauce and tossed chicken strip basket. Enjoy 4 or 6 piece all white meat chicken strips, perfectly tossed and sauced with crispy fries, Texas toast, and a dipping sauce. Try a DQ sauce and tossed chicken strip basket today from your local Fort Scott DQ Grill and Chill, 2328 South Main.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Cale Nelson here in Fort Scott can switch you over so you can start saving today. We are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Cale Nelson serving Bourbon and Lynn counties, it's easy to switch and save. Just give me a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
2 quarters down and 2 to go, which means it's time for the Fort Scott DQ Grill and Chill halftime show, live from Frary Field. DQ Grill and Chill is home of the signature stack burgers, classic treats, and all the flavors of fall with the Fall Blizzard lineup. Download the DQ app for delicious deals and a whole lot more. Your local Fort Scott DQ Grill and Chill at 2328 South Main is always a fan favorite. Be sure to visit DQ Grill and Chill after tonight's game. Now, with the DQ Grill and Chill halftime show live from Frary Field, here's the voice of the Tigers, Dylan Duffy.
And yes, we are back here at Frary Field, and I am Dylan Duffy, followed along here with my color commentator, Aaron Judy. Got about 9 minutes before the 3-minute warm-up here at halftime. The band's playing. Tigers feeling pretty good. Unfortunately, the only thing that's kind of draining the energy here tonight is our PA system being down. So Fort Scott 41, Coffeyville 0, kind of going into halftime there. We broke another play for a touchdown to make it 41-0, and Paxton Allen got a big run, and Creeds ran hard today, and we even got to see our senior rider who's been battling some injuries all year long get in the end zone as well. So, you know.
Yeah, I think we've got one of the better running back trios for sure in Southeast Kansas. I'm going to say this side of the state, 3 great running backs, and it's good to see all of them. You know, last home game for Ryder and last home game for depending on what happens in the playoffs.
Yeah,
but,
we're definitely going on the road next week for sure. The only way that we can potentially, you know, Coach Starr talked about is if somehow we upset next week, which we believe we do, but some other teams would have to upset some teams too, to where we'd have to be the higher seed there.
In all reality, it'd be tough for us to get back to another
home game here.
But it's out of our hands, so it's good to see them last home game of the season. Maybe they all 3 find pay dirt. They all 3 get into the end zone. So awesome to see them all shine.
Yeah, you know, and even with that, it kind of feels like one of those 2000 games is we're going to give them 25-year anniversary of that state team that the game's pretty much done here at halftime.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we're going to get to see some young kids. We might see the varsity and the seniors get to go out for one more quarter maybe, but I don't see that happening all the other 2 quarters with them in. So we'll see how that kind of goes. But, you know, it's a great send-off here to, you know, your last game at Frary Field. You get to kind of ball out a little bit, as we like to say.
Yeah. Man, and talking to some of the guys a lot of those guys had kids from the 2000 team, had kids later in life. I had kids earlier in life. So it turns out our kids are close to the same age. I coach with some of them, and our kids are friends and all that. And so I talk to them a lot. And it's just crazy to think, too, we look back at that 2000 team, some of the people that Bo Graham didn't even play offense.
No.
I mean, he's one of the best players in the state. He's a monster. Adam Clements doesn't play defense. And it's just like we had our linemen are pretty much all, they either play offense or defense. And they're huge. They're athletic. It was just crazy to think about some of those guys, some of the skill players we had, they're only playing one way. And just
crazy. So a big thing about that playing one way, and BC kind of touched on it, is when your scout team, that scout team's trying to give you a look going into the next game and everything. So if you're only playing one way, you're kind of going, good on good there on the defensive end. So, having Bo on only the defensive side, he gets to go against your number ones on the offensive side. So it really made everybody better on the team, and that's kind of what that's kind of what you build, and you hope that Fort Scott will get back to that with all the athletes that are kind of walking those hallways, not playing, that they come out and. You might not get to see the field a whole lot sometimes if you have all your athletes of the school play, but you're building something and a culture and a team that we would love to see here back at Fort Scott to have those kind of years.
Yeah, and that's another thing going back to that. Like some of the players that, if you think we talked about their kind of historic run there from from 96 to 02 there, it's like, and even after that, 04, 03, 04, we're still sub-state. We're knocking on the door to go to another state championship game. But like, let's say that 2000 team. I mean, the guys that are the underclassmen that are only getting to play special teams were also state championship caliber players. Like,
for sure,
it's just insane to think about. And like you said, we hope that someday we get back to that where we're just the perennial power. And I have faith we can do it. There's some great talent coming up, but just giving them their flowers. I mean, thinking back, they were just, Rob Whirling.
Only got to play 1 year at quarterback because, the year before that they had Darvin at quarterback. I mean, it's just like, it used to be. And then, you love seeing Creed out there as a sophomore and Kyler Keating and Jackson and, all them, that sophomores and freshmen getting some time. But there was a time back when you had about 1 year to shine.
Absolutely.
And we're talking all-state caliber players only getting about 1 year to play and show what you can do.
It was crazy to think about. And we talked about kind of thinking as the opposing coach tonight, I can only imagine you're the, say Coffeyville head coach, and you're like, finally, Darvin's gone. Yeah. Well, no, now we got Rob, and then he's gone, and well, no, now we got this guy, and it's like, well, okay, now here comes Trent Steps. Well, here comes Austin Boots. Here's Garen Westcott. I mean, here's Ross Holt. They just never stop. They reload every single year. But as you talked about, I promise you the best athletes walking the halls at Fort Scott High School were playing.
They were playing football,
so we've got to get back to that. I don't know how we get back to that, to where, hey, we need you on the football field. We want to be back to being great. And, if we don't have the best athletes that are at Fort Scott High School out here on the football field, it's hard to do that. So I hope that Coach Stark can get that part, back. But we'll just have to see what he can do.
Yeah, and he's starting to build a good program and a good culture out here to make sure that they understand what Tiger Pride used to mean. And I'm not saying that it ever was gone, but there was just some times that the community has to get behind the players and the coaches and make it a whole thing again, because BC touched on that, as the community was behind him.
Oh, absolutely.
No matter what, during their runs. And this team that we're about to show down here on the field, that they were in 8th grade when they won in 96.
Yeah.
So, and then they lost only 3 games going, their freshman year, they lost 3 games at the varsity level. Obviously, none of them got to sniff the varsity field then, but they only lost 3 games. And then the next year, they only lost 1 game in the playoffs. And then to a Lewisburg team that, BC, even he's an encyclopedia of knowledge, he said, it's kind of some iffy things that happened in that game and all that. And then the next year you turn around, it was the number 1 team versus number 2 team in state against Pittsburgh. And they lost that game in 98 before they got back to the state championship, and lost to Salina Central in 99 before this team finally brought it back home in 2000. But, those those are some great athletes down there on that field as they're kind of recognizing them. And we wish you could hear it but the PA system is right now currently kind of old school headset.
Not a ton of them are here. Like Dylan and I talking to each other before the game. A lot of them are coaching. A lot of them just couldn't make it. But it looks like, I think I know them all. So Joe Allen here from that team, Josh Newton, Luke Lemon, Todd Fox, Drew Steffen, Ross Holt. And then the coach is obviously BC is here. Jason Gorman's here. He was coaching back then. And then Larry Lawrence also was a coach at that point.
You said Josh Newton. He has 2 of his sons out here on getting to play a little bit tonight too. So that's great to see that.
Dude, thinking back, I remember watching the state championship game and watching Todd Fox. He was unbelievable at wide receiver, just an absolute stud. Just some of the plays. I hope that we get back to that point where we can be power, because like you were talking about, we're running down on the ends playing football, and you're like, oh, I'm so-and-so, I'm so-and-so, I'm Isaiah Grace.
I get to be Josh Ladman tonight. I get to be,
That's exactly how it was, and that's what builds culture. So,
and, with that team, it was another kind of unbelievable stat that I read is going into the state championship game, we actually passed for 330 yards. And if you watch the highlight tape, there is snow pushed off the ground over on the other side. It was a cold day here at Frary Field, but, we ended up throwing for so many yards there to make it to state. And that's probably, we were more one of the well-balanced offenses. Is I think we ran for almost 3,000 yards, and I believe we passed for 2,000 yards that season. So, BC really talked about how balanced we were as a team and just on the both offensive and defensive side.
Yeah, they go 13-0. We play Wellington, beat them 20-7 in Emporia. And man, I remember driving to Emporia. Everybody met at the high school, followed the bus all the way to Emporia, and you get to Emporia, and it's like every restaurant we go in. At the time, looking back, I thought, man, this whole town is full of Fort Scott people because everybody's in red. Yeah. Well, it turns out we're playing Wellington, and they're red and silver also, or we're red and white, they're red and silver. So
in that state game, we pulled away in the second half, but that's one of those that you don't understand. Like Wellington, we also faced again the next year, and they were a powerhouse of themselves because I think they went back. I think that's who beat us in 02, 03 as well. I mean, there was a couple times we ran into them before state championship and got beat by them.
We played them 3 years in a row in the state championship. Just looking at some of the stats from that 2000 year, we allowed a touchdown or less in all but 2 of our games.
And if you ask some of those players, those touchdowns happened against the JV, not even against the varsity
quick to tell you. Just this week, I had them tell me if our varsity is playing, we scored 80 and they don't score at all.
592 total points on offense that season, and they only allowed 82 points the whole year.
Yeah, and then we, like we talked about, Pittsburgh goes 5A that year. We beat.
Well, they go to the state championship,
and they're the runner-up that year. We beat them 35-10.
Yeah,
and they played Salina South that year, lost 16-13. So they're almost the state championship. We beat them 35-10. Just, unbelievable run by those guys. And just like we talked about before, it's crazy. I don't know if it's just like a once-in-a-lifetime thing, but just the amount of talent stacked up on that field. I mean, we have a guy, Isaiah Grace, who's, I'm going to say at the time he was, I don't know, we'll call him 6'3".
You watch the
200-some pounds. He has a neck
huge.
roll,
and
he's the deep guy on kickoffs. He's like one of the fastest guys on the team. It's like
fastest guy on the team had unbelievable hands too, because he caught a few balls that you watch on that tape, and you're like, how did he go get that the way he's looking? But he's just straight athlete on the field, and
Nick
along
Barnes
with
would
all
probably
of
say he's the fastest guy on the team. If I'm guessing, I'd probably tell him he's slow.
Well, then you're going to get a rise out of him then too. But that was just one of those teams that it was unbelievable. We're in turf now, but I can imagine. I watched the highlight tape several times and was ready to run through a brick wall. But right about here, where I'm looking at the 30-yard line, he made 3 people. He stops on a dime and makes about 3 people miss and whiff him, and he runs directly vertical to the other sideline and then cuts upfield for a touchdown. And it's like, probably in the game, they're probably like, get up the field. And he just outruns everybody, hits that pylon.
Yeah, I think that year the snow game we were talking about was Hiawatha, I believe. And they go, I can remember being here because we had on like winter coat, winter gloves, and it is absolutely packed. That's another thing I can remember is credit to our Fort Scott fans even now. It doesn't matter if we win 2 games or we win 10. The stands are packed.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
there's a different
it wasn't
pack
the
then.
same.
It was standing room only. You know,
there's
you
lawn
didn't.
chairs all the way around the track, 3 or 4 rows deep. Like it was an insane time for Fort Scott football, and I talk about it all the time with a lot of people. Man, I just hope and pray we get back to that level. And
you just hope, like, the generations now that are coming up, that we were blessed. We were younger, but we got to see what it was like.
Yep.
You just kind of hope the generations now that are, you know, shout out to them. They won the Tiger Tot Super Bowl, that they kind of get to feel that or see that, you know, with the group of these kids as they're coming back out here.
Yeah.
The Tigers are.
Yeah, and I'm talking to our vice principal, Josh Regan, earlier this week, and he's like, you know, on some level, it's good for those kids to win at that level. I mean, let's think about the teams that have had generational runs, the Webb Cities, Lamar's.
It's a culture thing. It starts.
It starts when they're in second grade. They go out there, they run the same offense that we run, and by the time you get to high school, it's like, I've already been doing this for 6 years.
You could do it in your sleep almost. Yeah,
exactly.
And you just, you know, that's building something that they all come out and play, and they continue to play, and you know, there's some benefits to it, and there's benefits to anything that you do, and you know, some parents wait till 7th grade to start their kids out, and that's perfectly fine too. They're a little bit behind the 8 ball if you're running the same offenses, but you know but
either way,
they
you
get
just
to feel it. Yeah,
a lot of it is just you want them to grow up wanting to be a Tiger.
Yeah,
and so we're getting here ready to tee it up for the second half.
Well, that will do it for the DQ Grill and Chill. We're just going to take it right over into the game as they're kind of ready, set to go here in the third quarter. Fort Scott 41. We appreciate everybody still hanging around here.
Don and I we could reminisce all day on the 2000 team, watching it as kids.
Yep.
We're gonna
squib kick up the middle,
almost like a deep onside there. We just kick it right on the ground.
Yeah, you know, those are what, like I told BC, I said, you know, I was in 4th grade, but that's kind of when you're starting to understand.
Don and I are the same age.
Yeah, I want to play football. I want to. Unfortunately, I had to move away my 5th grade year and kind of lost the dream of being a Tiger there, but. You know, I still carried that team and those teams through me as like, I want to be like them. I mean, don't want to brag on him too much, but Pat Riley, I remember him being a ball hawk the year before and just absolutely laying the wood on people. And so I always try to envision myself as him when I was over there on the south side. But they're going to take the ball over here on the right side. Coffeyville is going to stuff them right there at the line to gain. So it's going to bring up a second and
we'll call it second
9.5 here for the Golden Tornadoes.
They're not going to get much there. We sniff it out and get them stopped immediately. So I'm not going to give.
You can't.
Pat's my uncle, so I'm not going to give him too much props here. His head will be too big for me. I'll never hear the end of it.
Yeah.
Coffeyville's going to come back out here. 2 receivers to the far side of the field, single receiver to the right. They're going to. I believe we're going to see the quarterback. Yeah, number 10 is going to be back in. So. True quarterback here in shotgun. He's going to take the snap, hand it off. He's going to cut it up and get 2 or 3 there on the carry. We'll say 2. So I'm going to bring up kind of a second and long, second and medium here. Sorry, third and long, 3rd and 7 to be exact. Ball's going to be on the 40-yard line. This is where you just want to see when the younger kids get in there too here, you know, close to the 4th quarter. Don't let up. This is your time to shine if you're an underclassman. And
looks like we still do have most of our starters in there, though. We got Ryder at middle linebacker and Cannon up there at outside and Gavin over here on the far right and Dexter on the far left.
Look like Rush is in there at linebacker. Also Rush Newton. So it's kind of cool if you're the Newtons, if you're Josh and Trisha, you see both your boys out there playing linebacker together.
Yeah.
It's got to be a pretty cool sight as a parent, you know, a proud moment for them. So,
yep, you know, they get to go out there with the bang here at Frary Field and just get that picture at least for sure. See it.
Gonna bring up 4th down here for Coffeyville. It's 4th and 5 from their own 43. They're gonna run the ball and try to get this first down, and they're not gonna get it.
They're gonna be short, so the Tigers will take over.
So, great job by the defense here in the second half. First series there for Coffeyville. I don't think they get 9 yards on the whole series, and they go for it on a 4th down there. Kind of risky, but you're down 41-0. I guess, you know.
Yep.
What's the point?
There to lose? Yeah, you're going to work on anything and everything that you can do, but the Tigers will take over here at the 46-yard line. Looks like all starters still in there. Drayden's going to get the play call into the team, and then. Kind of figuring it out. Center had to go back, make sure, are we going on 1? Are we going on 2? What are we doing?
Yeah.
But Drayton under center here, going to be a snap.
Ooh, Caden Cannon false
Just a little
start
too
there.
early. Ready to get back out after halftime.
Yep. So
but it's going to back him up, so it's going to bring – well, it still says 4th down on the thing over there,
yeah,
but it's first down.
They haven't switched it yet.
1st and 10.
Kudos to Caden Cannon there, too. He's starts the year at quarterback. They make a switch, partway through the season, and Caden just steps in at wide receiver. He's done a good job. He's got good hands.
Yeah, first game against Chanute, he made a couple great catches too for us.
But it takes a lot to.
Drayton under center, handoff. Creed going to get maybe one back there, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 14 as he kind of just fell forward with the ball.
But it takes a lot to just step into another role, and I know he didn't even hesitate to, just how can I help the team? And so good for him. He good kid, worked for me all summer, painting, and I like him a lot. He's going to go far in life.
Yeah, he was a culture builder. He took it, he understood it, and he moved on and said whatever I can do to help the team.
Great kid.
Trading back under center, going to be a counter play here. Looks like Gavin Miles maybe got the football there.
Yeah.
Got a big gain.
Good
Unfortunately missed it. I know how it feels to run the camera again. I apologize there, but that's going to be a good enough run. Bring up a 3rd and 5, so we're going to all that penalty back in a little bit more there, and I'm going to be better. I'm going to be better.
He's following his blocker there. Terry Nutter is his lead blocker. Does a good job of pulling around there and getting the line set for Gavin to run right behind him.
And, again, like we brought up earlier, Gavin was one of those players. He didn't have a starting position as a senior this year, and he's just worked his butt back into it. And then, now he's back in the backfield getting to reap kind of the glory on the offensive side as well.
Yeah.
Drayton under center, going to be another handoff to Gavin. Gets behind number 60, gains about 1 there.
Yeah. And
kind of had a chance, but just
blocker's kind of held up there. He kind of runs into the back of him and holds him up a little bit. It's going to be 4th and 4.
Yep. I'd give about 4th and 4, 4th and 3 on the board with 8:34. Fort Scott 41.
Ball's on the 39-yard line, so we're kind of in no man's land here, 4-down territory. We're going to go for it. He's going to
I formation here, Drayton under center. Gavin Miles in the backfield. Going to be a quick little pass route. Looks like ball's tipped at the line, unfortunately. Looks like it was intended for number 8. I believe that's Damian.
Yeah, intended for Damian Anderson there. And he had his guy beat. He gets an inside release on that slant route, and he has him. But you'd like to see him get that catch on senior night also. But
absolutely, see if he can get in there for 6. But after
it gets tipped,
back-to-back drives, both teams kind of going for it on 4th down to turn it over. Coffeyville's going to have a chance to go again here. 1st and 10 on their 40-yard line. I feel like there might be – okay, there we go. I was about to say, it looked like there's way too many people on the field for us, though.
Coffeyville's going to be in shotgun, trips to the right. He rolls out to his right. Interception there, Caden Cannon. He throws it right to Caden Cannon. We're just talking about his hands. And there you see him on the defensive side. Makes a great interception. So Fort Scott goes for it on 4th down, doesn't get it. Doesn't matter. The ball's right back in our hands.
I'm just watching the replay here. Okay, I zoomed in right on when I got it. But, yeah, it was a little too much zoom there. Hey, we're getting better here. Still week 8. Still only our 8th week of the season. So we're working on it as we go. But Tigers are going to take back over basically right where Coffeyville took over at the 40-yard line.
So one
play. We're
play.
going to see some I formation. Got both seniors in the backfield now as we got, looks like Ryder at fullback, Gavin at halfback. Gavin gets that ball, runs it up about 2 yards there, maybe 1.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give him 1.
Yeah.
So we're going to be up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line of the Golden Tornadoes.
And he wants to break one. He's hitting that hole hard, and he's just getting hit, right there at the start. But we'll see what we can get going here for the seniors. As they're probably, 7:47 here in the 3rd quarter. They're probably only going to have a few more series if this might be the last one too, depending on what happens here.
Yeah, I bet we see him get into the 4th quarter before we maybe make a switch. Being senior night, we'll see though.
Drayton back under center. Got Dexter and Damian out wide. Ryder Newton right up the middle for a hard 2 yards there.
Yeah, a little inside veer there, and he gives it. Ryder gets some tough yards. Again, 7:24 on the clock, and it is 41-0.
Yep, Drayton's going to be coming back in with the plays. He's still running over there, so You know, our quarterbacks definitely are going to be in shape at all times as they're running, from the sideline up there to him.
He don't like to run the plane with the receiver. If I was the receiver, I'd be like, or the quarterback, I'd be like, Coach, we got to do something.
Yeah, so it's going to be a toss play out here to Gavin. He's going to get to the outside.
He's
gets
got
a great,
room.
good block by Caden Cannon
Stays
there.
in bounds.
Stays in.
Great
Doesn't
run.
go down till there at the very end, but he was already out of bounds. That's going to be enough for a Tiger first down. Gavin Miles with a good hard run, and that toss play has been there all night for the Tigers.
Yeah, they've had a tough time defending that. It's kind of just like the toss sweep play to either side. Yeah, and they just can't seem to. If you're on defense, you want to try to push that back in, but we've got the edge.
You're playing Madden, and back when CJ2K was in the league, or LaDainian Thompson, he's ran that toss play and let him get out there and just go.
Yep. So we're going to see a switch at fullback here. Paxton's going to come in, give Ryder a break. So Paxton Allen's going to be a fullback. I think we'll keep Gavin Miles at tailback here as they break the huddle. Just under 7 minutes to go here.
It's going to be Paxton back at fullback, Gavin Miles back at the halfback. He's going to take the handoff.
He's going to get the edge. He makes a cut back. Touchdown, Gavin Miles. Good for him. You love to see it on senior night.
See if we can zoom in on him. There's a pole right there. But, yes, Gavin Miles with the touchdown on senior night.
You just knew he's been running hard this whole drive. Dylan just said it. He wants to break one loose, and he finally gets loose there. And the problem is he probably plays way more on some of these other teams in the SEK, but we're so loaded at his position on offense that it's just tough for him. So good for him. Love to see him get in the end zone there.
Yep, see him get in the end zone. You see another senior, Caden Cannon, make a great block on the outside to let him kind of cut back
Springs
in.
him there.
Got another one, Caleb Hall with the snap.
Oh my
goodness.
goodness.
It under again. He's just trying to flirt with it. I'm telling you.
Puts
he
it over
wants
the
that doink or
crossbar.
something. Yeah, he's hitting his head a little bit, but yes. Tigers do get the PAT after, as it is 6. The clock is going, and it's 48. Fort Scott, Coffeyville 0 with 5:50 and counting left here in the third quarter.
I don't know at what point. I know there's a running clock, but I don't know.
And I think there's a lot of probably like handshake agreements with other coach too and stuff like that.
I don't know.
It used to be 50, I thought, and it was only the fourth quarter, but I'm not for sure.
I don't know what the for sure rule would be there, but if you're
I know some
both
coaches
teams,
can sometimes like, hey,
Yeah.
let's get it going kind of thing.
Run it. But as we flirt with the PAT hitting as Dylan said, hitting the crossbar
doink,
there, he clears it by maybe 6 inches, but
as long as we're not
still
double doinking like
counts.
the Bears back in the playoffs and missing the
Still
chance
counts.
to advance, yeah.
So that's going to bring us to 48. Tigers are going to have 48. Coffeyville still has yet to get on the board yet. We're still pitching a shutout.
Still going for that taco feed.
Yeah, you'd sure like to see him keep them off the
Hopefully
off
they
the
invite
board.
us.
So Caleb tees it up there, puts it right on the chest of the middle guy on the kickoff in that second row there. He's going to just fall on it, and that'll get the ball at I think right on the 30-yard line here as the Golden Tornadoes start this series. Haven't had much. They get the ball. We go for it on fourth down. Our first series don't get it. They immediately throw a pick to Caden Cannon, and we get the ball right back and go down and score. So Fort Scott, I believe, is going to take a timeout here.
Yeah, and we're going to send it back to the studio real quick. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
Tiger fans, it's Woody and the team from Hometown Pub. We want to wish all the Big Red teams a great season. Stop by Hometown Pub at 206 North National Avenue all year long to talk Tiger news. Check out our Facebook page at Hometown Pub for weekly specials. Go Big Red.
There's a lot to be said about home field advantage, whether we're talking about football or business. There is a comfort level in knowing your surroundings and the people you are dealing with. Our staff members at Cheney Witt Chapel are all Fort Scott High School and Fort Scott Community College alumni. So whether we say go Tigers or Greyhounds, we really mean it. Cheney Witt Chapel, we're here when you need us. Find us fast in names and numbers.
Cheney Witt Memorial Chapel is built on the tradition of care. Oh, there he goes.
We're back here at Frary Fields. Fort Scott takes the lead 48-0 here, and we got a run over here to the left side by Phil Kinley. Coffeyville 4:23 left and counting on the nonstop clock or the turbo clock, whatever you want to call it, what we used to call it back in the day.
Not going to get much there. They're going to gain about 2 on that carry, bring up 2nd 8. Ball's going to be at the 32-yard line, their own 32.
They're going to get a look at me, 2nd and 8. I'm going to get their formation set up here. Still going to be a shotgun formation. Kind of a tight, double tight over on that far right side of the field. Going to be a bad snap. Ball's on the ground. They're going to just fall right on top of it there and bring up 3rd down. And
yeah,
that's probably some stuff that the coach is getting tired of seeing. If you're on their sideline,
Yeah, you see him over there. He
catch the ball. Yep.
He looks just
disgusted.
Yeah,
almost. Yeah.
Pretty upset, and I don't blame him.
No.
That's
there's one thing to lose, your games, and there's one thing to just not
when
do.
You're beating yourself.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yep.
So Fort Scott's going to come out here, and they're going to run it over the right side. They kind of try to spread it out there, but we do a good job of setting the edge, and as soon as he cuts it in there, boy, he's not going to get much.
Yeah, and it does look like most of our JV on defense is out there, so the future's looking bright so far for us on this, as it brings up Coffeyville 4th down, and they're going to punt the ball here. So we'll see if we get into punt safe or we're going to go for a return here.
Yeah, and I'm guessing it's 3rd quarter. We've got 2 minutes by the time they kick this, about 2.5 minutes to go, and I would say we've probably seen the last of the starters on both sides for the night. He's going to get the punt away. It's going to take a Coffeyville roll here. It's just going to keep rolling and rolling. Rolls
They're trying
all
to get
the
the
way
wind to blow
down
it now,
to about
too,
the
if you're
30.
watching them, yeah.
They're going to kill it right at the 30.
There's going to be 2:20 left here as the Tigers are coming out on the field, and it's going to be Gavin Miles back out there again, probably at running back. Damian Anderson. So you're kind of having that, a lot of your seniors out there as the second team kind of thing. So
looking for Coach Stark here to see who we're going to get at quarterback.
Looks like it's going to be Aiken, maybe 17. Is that Gavin Aiken?
No.
No?
I don't believe so. I don't see it. Oh, it's going to be Cale Fowler.
So freshman?
Yep.
Freshman Cale Fowler out there.
We've heard a lot of good things. Dylan and I were talking about this the other week. Coach Stark's high on him. He's going to take the snap and hand it off.
Gav's going to run for a few. Well, from the back where he got the ball, he ran for a few yards, but he's going to be right back at the line of scrimmage there. 2nd and 9 given on the board. Minute 37 left. Now the clock's stopped.
Fun fact, Coffeyville. We were at Coffeyville my sophomore year. That's my first. That's the first time I got in the end zone as a varsity on a Friday night. I think we run outside veer and I keep it and break one loose. Got the worst touchdown celly of my life because I didn't think there was any way I was going to score, and I did. I just kind of hop up and down 2 or 3 times like an idiot.
Yeah.
But, hey, got in the end zone. Never forget it.
Yeah, that's what I remember. There was my former high school senior coach is down there running the play clock, and he said, "Hey, if you're gonna get a penalty, you better get one. You better ride the horse. You better spike the ball. You better do everything because you're out of the game the rest of the night."
Yeah.
So.
Kale's gonna hand it off over the right side, and it's kind of blown up as soon as he hands it off there. It's gonna be Gavin Miles on the carry. Couldn't get much as their line kind of rushes right through.
Yep, so it's going to bring up 56 seconds and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Fort Scott 48, Golden Tornadoes 0. We're going to bring up a 3rd and 12 as Cade Fowler comes in with the play call here. Doesn't matter if you're senior, junior, sophomore, freshman. Guess what you're doing if you're quarterback? You're coming over to the sideline. You're going to get that play, and you're running it back in there. Fowler back under center, I formation. Gavin in the back is going to be that toss play that we know and love. He's going to break one tackle in the backfield. Get ran down there by number 8. Going to be a flag on the play, maybe a face mask or something there. Yeah. So might have got gifted a first down there on that run that went for 1 or 2. We'll see what the play call is here. 17 seconds. So it's going to be into the 3rd quarter here.
Yeah, it's going to be
face mask. So they're going to mark that off, and then it's going to take us into the 4th quarter. We're going to go ahead and take our break and pay some bills. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. This is Dylan Duffy with Aaron Judy.
Greatest hits of all time. You're tuned to the fun one. Good times, great oldies. All Hit 103.9. KOMB FM. Fort Scott.
What's more exciting than back to school? Tiger football, and the Shirt Shack has the best-looking Tiger wear. Come into our store, pick out a Tiger design and a shirt, and we will print it right then. No waiting, and it's done while you watch. Shirt Shack has short sleeve and long sleeve tees, hoodies, and crew sweats. Everyone's favorite time of the year. Sports got Tiger football, and Shirt Shack is your place for Tiger apparel. Shirt Shack, the original since 1976.
So back here at Frary Field, and Aaron Judy's going to try to give you some of the new players that we're seeing out here as we get out there.
Yeah, I'm just talking to Dylan as we're on our break. A lot of young kids out there. I believe we've got some more freshmen. Rylan Moore out there on the offensive line. Looks like Luke Duncanson's going to be out there. Bear with me here as I try to find. I think I saw Colt Lipe going to be out there at wide receiver.
He's got Fowler back under center, I formation here. Going to be a pass over to the right side. Going to be tipped, bowed up in the air. Looks like it's intended for number 32 maybe. I think that's Kegler out there on the end, and just unfortunately an incomplete pass. But it's going to bring up 4th and 6 for the Tigers, and they're going to send out their punt unit here. So we're going to see Caleb Hall in the other special teams of the game in the punt formation, as we've watched him kick those PATs straight through and all night.
He's really a pretty good punter.
Yeah. Kind of started out with that rugby style at the beginning of the season with cannon, kind of throw your quarterback back there and just make a quick kick. But, yeah, kind of watching Caleb take over, I think, that Pittsburgh game and really just could bomb the ball down there.
Yeah.
Looks like Tigers are going to take a timeout with 11:26 here. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. Tigers 48, Coffeyville 0.
To go. Shop 8 brands all in one location. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevy, GMC, and Toyota. All deeply discounted, rates as low as 0%. Now is the time. Find all these brands in Fort Scott or at BriggsAuto.com. I'm Frank, and I'll see you on the showroom floor.
And then, so Caleb Hall's lined up to punt here. Kind of another cool thing is with that younger class out there on this punt and, kind of going out there, are the coaches that are usually up in the box that kind of get to go down there and coach their kids that they see all year. So Alex Barner and Coach Collins are down there getting to coach them up a little bit, too, on the varsity sideline.
Yeah, I'm sure they enjoy being down there on the sideline, too. We're going to see the starting defense is going to get a break, too. We're going to see some younger kids get in here on defense. I see Leland Duran's getting in there. Let's see.
Which is Aiden Ogren's little brother. So
Gavin Aiken's going to be out here at corner.
80 Bryson Clark's out there.
Yeah, Bryson Clark.
Going to have Jax Armstrong out there in the back at safety.
Yeah, Colt Lipe and Jax Armstrong going to be in at the safety position.
11.
Abel Chaplin is in there at linebacker. I'm trying to see our 2 other linebackers.
44 and 40.
Like Mason Smith
40
going to be here.
2.
Not sure what's happening here. Maybe an equipment malfunction
or something like that as he's running off the field real quick.
That's Bentley Ackerson. I think it got an issue with his helmet. They're making him come off the field. So Luke Duncanson runs in there to replace him. So Coffeyville is going to be right here. They're going to hand it off for the left side. He gets a little bit of momentum going and gets brought down.
8 yards there, looks like, on that play call.
Yeah, bear with us a little bit. We're trying to get these kids a little bit of radio time, air time.
48 is who the middle
Carson Miles at middle linebacker. We should have known that. He's played
a little bit. Filled in there for Ryder Newton in the past couple of.
Done a great job.
Mm-hmm.
But I know it's good to hear your kid's name, when they don't play as much as underclassmen. So try to get them their props here.
Absolutely. Shoestring tackle there by the Tigers, but not enough till first down for Coffeyville. So 9:25 left here in the fourth quarter. Fort Scott 48, Coffeyville 0.
I think Bryson Clark gets in there, trips him up on that one. Going to be responsible for the tackle. So, like Dylan said, going to be first and 10 at the 46-yard line. He's going to hand it off over the right side. Got a little bit of space. Good tackle there. Going to be Carson Miles on the tackle. textbook middle linebacker. He fills the hole. He stops him. He's going to get about 3 on the carry.
Absolutely. Looks like Bentley's going to get back in there, and Dunk's going to come off. But
got that helmet fixed. He wants back. You can tell he was upset he had to come out, too. I'm sure the
he was
referee
ready to play,
told him something was wrong.
I'm sure the senior said, don't be messing up our taco feed either. So we'll see if we can keep it going. 9:07 left here.
Coffeyville is going to come out, twins to the left, single receiver to the right. He's going to hand it off over the left side. He's going to bounce it outside. He's going to get brought down. Carson Miles is going to bring him down there.
Why is it?
So he's not going to get the first down, but going to bring up 3rd and short. We're going to call it 3rd and 3 for Coffeyville here.
Yeah, see if we can get a big 2 stops here. You know, they're probably in that 4th down territory where they're going to go for it.
They're not punting the rest of the game.
Yeah.
I would bet money on that. They're not going to punt.
Yeah, no.
I think he's going to get the first down on a kind of a second effort
get right there. Going to be a late flag here. See what they call here. Looks like he's upset about something, so.
I think it's going to be a late hit maybe, I'm guessing, or something. I'm not sure what they're going to call here. He seems awfully upset with himself. Bentley Ackerson there is upset. Yep, going to be unsportsmanlike on number 30, so. I guess I'm going to say number 30. He was sure upset. So
yeah, he kind of showed his face there of who it was on. So he came running right off the field after he did it. So you hate to see it, but you know it's probably a good guess up here in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, going to take Coffeyville down to the 20. So shutouts kind of in jeopardy here. You know, you got the younger kids in here. Kind of
this is
reserves,
about the same age group as they have a freshman quarterback out there, so
it's
kind of what you're looking at the future a little bit here for sure.
So they run trips to the short side of the field. Receiver takes a snap. He's looking at that side, looking to pass, throws it. It's knocked down. Good defense there by the Tigers.
Was it Fowler?
Thinking about that, I can't. Damian Anderson.
Damian Anderson, yep. So
thinking about that, I can't imagine we're going to play a JV game. We're just going to play the same varsity team. I mean,
yeah, no, it's
take a few linemen out of the equation, and we're playing the same kids. So I don't imagine that they're going to play a freshman or a JV game. But maybe we've got someone else on the schedule. I know a lot of times we'll pick up another team if we can. So I'll have to ask Coach Stark about that maybe after this game. So
yeah, for sure.
Coffeyville runs 2 receivers, and
looks like there's going
to
be
an early flag.
Be a legal shift on the well, you couldn't see the white hat, that's on me, but legal shift there on them. And just got a text message from my wife, some other milestones for the Duffy clan tonight. Link can officially roll over, and Griffey went potty in the potty by himself. So
look at us go.
We're all doing some good things tonight here. So shout out to my wife over there as we got those. In 4th quarter, 6:30 left. Fort Scott 48, Coffeyville 0. They take the snap here. It's going to be a handoff to the right side. He's going to hit the hole and kind of get wrapped up by several Tigers there. Big one kind of grabbed his leg there. Looks like number 86.
I think 56.
56, which is
going to be Duncanson.
Lewis Duncanson getting the tackle.
Dad's up here.
Sorry, not Lewis Duncanson. That's Papa.
Yeah, his dad's over here to our right, up and
running the play clock.
Running the clock. So
good on him.
Going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Golden Tornadoes here from the 20-yard line after they got a penalty there. So big 2 downs here. We want to keep them out of the end zone. No kicks, nothing. We want to keep that goose egg on the board on their side. He's going to take the snap, hand it off over the left side. He's got a little bit of space, and a good job there. Carson Miles is playing well.
You know, he got some varsity minutes earlier in the year, so he kind of knows how to play that varsity, that type of. You just got to fill the lanes, and brings up a 4th down.
Fields to the ball quickly and gets a stop there. So we're going to call it 4th and 4. Big 4th down for Coffeyville. I'm sure
timeout looks like on the field here.
If you're Coffeyville, you at least want to get on the board, if nothing else, just for a little bit of pride.
Yeah, for sure. But timeout here with 5:21 left. Got enough time to get some of the Gene Smith chicken and noodles here if we can. Fort Scott 48, Coffeyville 0. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
An authentic taste of Old Mexico in the heart of Fort Scott. That's La Hacienda, the finest Mexican cuisine served fresh, hot, and made to order. Plus, who doesn't love the free basket of homemade chips and La Hacienda's fresh salsa. Get your favorite La Hacienda meal through dine-in, curbside pickup, or delivery. See their full menu at LaHaciendaFortScott.com. La Hacienda, an authentic taste of Mexico in the heart of downtown Fort Scott. 24 North Main, proud to support the Fort Scott Tigers.
Back after the timeout here at Frary Field as it's 5:21 left here in the fourth quarter after a timeout. Fort Scott 48, Coffeyville 0. Both teams have a timeout and remaining. Looks like Coffeyville has 2 timeouts, so they're back out here in shotgun. Heavy formation over here on the right side. Single running back. Going to be a fake. Quarterback keep to the left side. He's going to have enough for the first down, and he's going to walk in. So there goes the taco feed. And number 10 for Coffeyville does score a touchdown with 5:10 remaining.
You hear,
and if you can hear them, yes.
You can hear the tornado announcer. He is excited. And apparently they haven't scored in 7 games.
So, yeah, that first week against Tawanda Circle would have been the first game that they scored. I believe that game ended at 55-8. This one is 48-6 with a chance to go for 2 here.
Just a little reminder, things could always be worse.
Yes. So going to be a handoff. So we are going to stop them. So did score, but we did keep them to only 6 as at 4:36 remaining. Fort Scott 48, Coffeyville 6. We'll be right back after this break. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
Whether you need fresh flowers, home decor, gifts, or wedding shop, C-Can Occasion Shops and Designer Florist by C-Can has just what you need. 2210 South Main in Fort Scott, you can find your fall and holiday decor and even the perfect gift. Remember, they make floral deliveries to Lynn County, Pittsburgh, Nevada, and Bourbon County. Floral gifts and home decor. That is C-Can's Occasion Shops and Designer Florist by C-Can, Fort Scott.
Back here at Frary Field, as you know, the freshman JV-ish type team is out here for them, and they're going to take the kickoff here with about 3:40 left here in the fourth quarter. Coffeyville did just get a good drive there and put one in for 6 as the quarterback did a little quarterback keeper there on 4th down and got in for about a 15-yard run.
I think they ran the Wildcat there, and he gets loose to the left side. We got a little bit of verification, too. We were talking about earlier, not sure what the mercy rule was. It's 45 points in the third quarter and 35 in the fourth quarter here. Jason Young fills me in.
He's a wealth of knowledge down there too. He knows about everything and any rule
clock specialist, we'll call him. So we're up 48-6 right now in the fourth quarter, so the clock's gonna keep rolling. It won't stop.
Looks like there might have been a penalty or something there after the play because they're down here at the 20, kicking off from the 25 here. So
penalty after the 2-point try there, so it's going to back up Coffeyville. So our deep man is going to be standing at the.
Looks like they are lining 20. Up for an onside kick here. The way he's kind of walking, so we'll see what they do.
Surely not.
He's looking over there. They do.
I think they're maybe just going to squib it.
We'll see what they're calling here.
No, he just kicks it
right out of bounds.
Yeah, not sure what was going on there. He kicks it hard out of bounds, like hard enough that their coach on their sideline catches it like a line drive. So that was odd. Not sure what we were going for there.
If we heard it was their first score in 7 games, so they're not quite used to doing that after in the middle of the game. So
and no, we're not talking bad about their radio announcer. Listen,
no, hey, that was a great call for him.
Yeah. There's times where it's tough when you're behind or if you're having a couple bad games in a row. So I'm sure he's excited to just get from our world, as learning as we go as broadcasters.
It's a great call for sure. Yeah. So looks like same people are back out there for us on offense. Fowler's going to hand the ball off to Gavin. He's going to kind of spin as he hits the hole, gains about 3 there. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Tigers. Minute 34 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Couple more plays, and this game's going to be in the books, and the Tigers are going to make it to 3-5 on the season.
Yep. And this is even if it's just one quarter, I think it's important to talk about what this does for Cale Fowler. Like he goes as a freshman, that doesn't happen often. He gets to play a little bit on Friday night, see that he can do it. Next year he's probably got a little more drive.
Going to play a lot of JVs. We got you got Dryden back next year for sure.
But it's good for these kids to get in on a Friday night, get some reps, because they're going against their first team still.
Mm-hmm.
Toss sweep here to Gavin Miles over the right side. He's going to gain a few. Not going to get much on that. Going to bring up 3rd and 6. But I just think it's good for him to get some time on a Friday night, get a little bit of experience, a little bit of confidence. He knows he can do it now. I thought it was cool to see Coach Stark, call a pass for him. You got the freshman in there playing, and he lets him, shows him that he's got the faith in him. He trusts him to throw a pass, and didn't complete it. Gets batted down, but still, just a vote of confidence from your head coach when you're the freshman.
Absolutely. Got 10 on the play clock here after that. Coming out of that, 20 seconds left in the game. So this will be probably the final snap of the game. Going to be a handoff to Gavin right up the middle. He's going to push, kind of scrum it up. It's going to be about a 4th and 3, but that's going to do it here at Frary Field as the Tigers are going to take down the traveling Coffeyville Golden Tornadoes 48-6 in a dominant performance where Coffeyville didn't score there until about the end of the game. So good on the seniors, good on celebrating the 25th anniversary of the 2000 state team. Kind of felt like one of those games tonight on the scoreboard, but that's going to do it here for the game. We're going to send it over to the studio for the Briggs post-game show. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV. This has been Dylan Duffy and Aaron Judy.
Your taste buds know the drill. It's Sonic Drive-In time. With our 100% pure beef burgers, pork tender sandwich, and fresh ingredients, you're always the star player. Round off the game with delightful desserts and thirst-quenching drinks, all customized just for you. Sign up for text alerts at sonicdrivein.com for exclusive deals and news. Join Sonic of Fort Scott at 1708 South National, where every season is a flavor season. Sonic Drive-In, in the heart of Tiger Country.
If you feel like you're caught somewhere between who you are and who you want to be, consider attending classes at Fort Scott Community College. Whether you're interested in advancing your education experience or moving from learning to earning as quickly as possible, one of Fort Scott's almost 40 different programs will fit your needs and move you towards the person you hope to become. Please visit fortscott.edu. Click the big Apply Now button and set yourself on a path to becoming the person you always hoped to be.
Stay tuned for the Briggs Auto postgame show as we analyze tonight's game and highlight key plays, players, and stats. Tonight's postgame show is brought to you by Briggs Auto of Fort Scott, where building lasting relationships with customers is always the top priority. Their friendly team is dedicated to making your car buying experience fast, easy, and hassle-free. Search for new or pre-owned vehicles at Briggs, FTSCOTT.com. That's BriggsFortScott.com. Or stop into 1819 South Main on Highway 69. Now let's turn things over to Dylan Duffy with the Briggs Auto post-game show right here on All Hit 103.9 and streaming live on our YouTube channel, Fort Scott TV.
So, yes, again, this is Dylan Duffy with the Briggs Auto post-game show. Tigers win a dominant one here. As you can see, the scoreboard 48-6 at Frary Field. Final home game for the seniors as we send them off. We'll kind of get some new some knowings of the playoffs after everything fills up tonight, and we'll kind of know who we're playing probably tomorrow at some point. Trying to get the camera to set up perfectly, but anyway, it's 48-6, and it's not wanting to cooperate with us as well either. But we're going to get Coach Stark up here eventually, talk about this game a little bit, what it did, what it meant for the seniors, and kind of just everything else in between. But you're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. We'll be right back with Coach Stark after this break.
Briggs and Fort Scott. I can't believe it's that time of year again. Model year-end closeout sale. The 2026s are starting to arrive, and these 2025s have to go. Shop 8 brands all in one location. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevy, GMC, and Toyota, all deeply discounted with rates as low as 0%. Now is the time. Find all these brands in Fort Scott or at BriggsAuto.com. I'm Frank, and I'll see you on the showroom floor.
Opie's Pizza is proud to support all area school sports and reminds you that they have many locations for you to enjoy the best pizza there is. You'll find Opie's Pizza at KC Mart, both north at the Hammond exit and South 69. Union Station in Uniontown. Everybody's in Mound City. Opie's Restaurant in Girard. And now at Opie's Pizza Pool Room and Pub in Pittsburgh. Crickets in Kincaid. Rookies in Iola. And on-the-go convenience store at the Prescott exit on North 69. Or go to opiespizza.com.
Hi, folks. This is Brian from Union State Bank. We would like to use this time to give a friendly reminder that at Union State Bank, we offer a number of services that you find at the big banks, and yet you still receive the personalized service that makes banking at a community bank so much nicer. Come in and see us at Union State Bank, family-owned and operated since 1901, on the square in Uniontown and at 12th Street and Highway 69 in Fort Scott. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Find us fast in names and numbers.
There's more to vision than meets the eye, and Canar Eye Care understands this perfectly. Their dedicated team of experts in advanced technology are here for your eyes, whether it's for an emergency or routine checkup. Maintaining your sight is their mission, with offices in Fort Scott, Pittsburgh, and Girard. See clear, live better with Canar Eye Care. Visit in person at 1711 South National Suite E in Fort Scott or call 620-223-0850. Improving lives through the state-of-the-art care. See more online at CanarEyeCare.com.
Kareem Hunt, the running back. The Chiefs come on a flip pass to right. Near side. Touchdown! Kansas City!
The Chiefs are rolling and look to keep it going Monday night when they welcome the Washington Commanders to GEHA Field at Arrowhead for Monday Night Football. Pregame starts at 6 right here on your home for Kansas City Chiefs football.
Catch the Kansas City Chiefs on 103.9 FM, 98.3 FM, and 1600 AM.
Right now, 1 in 3 drivers is cruising around in a state of skepticism about just how much value their car insurance company is delivering. If you're one of them, State Farm agent Cale Nelson in Fort Scott can help you get to a better state. Because we'll talk with you, listen to you, and help put together a policy that has you written all over it, from cost to coverage, all backed by 24/7 customer support. Feeling less skeptical? Then call me, State Farm agent Cale Nelson at 224-2828. And officially get to a better state with State Farm.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back here at Frary Field with winning coach, head coach Jonathan Stark here. Is a great game for the Tigers. You know, last game of the season, senior night, honoring the 25th anniversary 2000 state title team as well. And it kind of looked like one of those games from back in 2000s where game was pretty much in our hands there at going into halftime. So, you know, it's a good feeling if you're a Tiger fan to watch these seniors go out on a big win on Frary Field like that. And just kind of want to get your thoughts after the game of what you thought on the sideline and what you saw.
Yeah, no, I was super proud of the seniors and really just the whole team. You know, we did what we needed to do tonight from the opening snap. I thought for the most part our guys stayed really focused and kept playing hard. You want the seniors to go out on a high note with potentially their last game at home. So it was special to be able to do that. It was special to be able to recognize the 2000 state championship team. So it was a great night. You know, we had a lot of fireworks, which just made it a pretty cool environment and atmosphere. Our guys fed off the energy in the crowd. And, you know, we played really hard and were able to do what we needed to do. Now we're excited and ready for the playoffs.
You know, for sure. And, you know, you brought in a couple of seniors that got a chance. You know, Ryder battling injuries. He was able to find pay dirt tonight. And then you got Gavin Miles, who Aaron brought up, you know, during the game is, you know, some other SEK teams. He's probably running back one for them, but we're just got a plethora of running backs back there. He got in on a nice little toss, and just kind of want to give you a chance to shout out some of those seniors and what you were trying to do to get them, you know, the ball and a chance to kind of show off tonight.
Yeah, we've had confidence in Gavin at running back all year. He's continued to work hard and get a lot better in practice as a running back. And, you know, it was great tonight to be able to give him an opportunity to have some carries. And he made the most of his carries and ran really hard. He had great ball security. He had good vision. So I'm proud of him for doing that. You know, we threw in our younger guys on the offensive line. And sometimes when you do that in a game like this, the blocking kind of falls apart. But I thought for the most part they blocked really well and provided some good lanes to run through. You know, other seniors, Mason Smith played a lot tonight at linebacker. he's been just extremely solid for us all year on special teams. He was able to play at linebacker and had a really good game tonight. Damian Anderson played quite a bit at wide receiver and played quite a bit at defensive back as well, and he was ready when his number was called. Dayton Barnard played a lot on the defensive line. Another senior who was ready, and those guys performed tonight. I'm really proud they had the opportunity to get in the game, and, I'm even prouder of them for just their effort and their commitment to the team and the program, and their number was called tonight, and they were ready, and I hope those guys had a great night, and I hope the seniors had a great night as a class.
Yeah, I think they did, and I think they really enjoyed it. And, not even only that, we're going to kind of understand what our playoff picture looks like here probably in the next, few hours, tomorrow at the latest. So we'll kind of see where we're at. Traveling next year, we don't have a whole lot on that, but another kind of cool thing that we both saw up here is, Josh Newton was on that 2000 state team, and then at one point we got to see Ryder and Rush on the field together there too. So we got to watch two of his boys get in there on defense and kind of play too. So that was kind of a cool ode to them as well to see the Newtons all get out there and play.
Yeah, they earned it. It was kind of, I guess maybe, I don't know if ironic's the right word or not, but when Ryder was hurt some earlier in the season, Rush really stepped up. He was one of the guys who stepped up and played some big snaps at linebacker. So, he really earned that, and it was cool to see them out there on the field at the same time. And it was really cool, too. They had a tackle where they both kind of met the ball carrier at the same time. So, both of those guys played well. I'm proud of them. Aiden Ogren also got to be on the field with his brother a little bit tonight, Leland Duran. That was cool to see those guys out there playing together as well.
Yeah, as I try to switch the headset here with Dylan, I was just going to ask you, what does it mean, as far as our playoff ambitions? I know I talked to you kind of after we were done off the air in the past, but you're like, these two next games, we've got to win them. We took care of it last week and then take care of it this week. I mean, that changes our seeding and
changes our seeding significantly, especially with the fact that, the maximum number of points you can get for a win is plus 13. Obviously we won tonight by more than 13, so we get that plus 13, which is going to help with our seeding because there's a ton of teams that are basically there's like 12 teams of the 16 on the east side. Of the total 16 teams, like 12 of them about are in the 5-3 to 3-5 win-loss record. So obviously we're 3-5. There's going to be, I think we're going to be deadlocked with some teams. It's going to be interesting to see what tiebreakers Keisha comes up with. And, on the flip side of that, I think there's going to be some teams tied that we may get to play or, maybe we don't get to play. It just kind of depends how everything shakes out. So we did what we needed to do. I'm proud of them for doing that. And I think at the end of the day, we know now, we don't know who we're going to play, but we know it's going to be a team that we can compete against and we can beat, and that's all you can ask for in the playoffs.
Right, yeah, this was super important for that matter. We'll get you off here pretty quick, but the only thing I want to talk about, towards the end of the game there, I talked to Dylan about, no matter what happens going in the future, to me at least, and I think you'll think the same, like, it's kind of just an ode of confidence there. You're able to put your freshman quarterback in. He gets to play on a Friday night. He's in the future. You'll have Drayden back next year, but he's going to have to play in the future. He's kind of the younger quarterback on our team. It was cool to see he gets in. You have enough confidence to let him throw the ball because, everyone expects to just run it. And same way with some of these younger guys too. You had a lot of young kids in there. What's it mean for them to get in? They haven't got to play a lot this year because we've had a lot of close games. What's it mean to get them in there towards the end? Let them see some time on Friday and let them know, you're the future. This is what it's going to be like.
Well, exactly. And, I would say, too, those kids earned it. They earned the right to be out there and to play. I can remember last year as an assistant for Josh Latimer, he said all the time, there's just no substitute for Friday Night Lights.
That's exactly right, and that's what I was just talking about
and
up
it's
here.
Just, as a former quarterback, we wanted to throw a pass for a few different reasons with him, but it's just there's nothing like it.
No,
there's nothing like an in-game rep. I don't care what the score is.
Yep.
I don't care what the situation is. You just can't simulate it in practice. You can't simulate it in all the scrimmage stuff you do during the summer. So I think it was huge we were able to get those young guys in. And, we kind of talked to the team and told them we feel like we're playing our best football now. and we're going to be a team that nobody wants to see in the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree.
But what some of the coaches, we were kind of talking before the game, like we feel great about what the senior class has done and the foundation they've laid, and we feel really good. We feel like we have a ton we can build off of from this year moving forward in the future, and just having stability and continuity within the program to where we can keep improving and keep finding a way to win some more football games.
Yeah, and we talked about that earlier in the season. You know, we took a couple hard losses, and we talked about you don't want to be peaking early. This is when you want to be. This is when you want to be peaking. You know, going into the end of October. So I'm gonna finish with this could be our last home call. So we've enjoyed it. Appreciate you coming up after the games, wins or losses, coming up and talking to us, and I know the listeners enjoy that too. And so we're proud of you. We see what you're building here, and as a former Tiger, I love it. I know we're just going to keep going and keep building. I talked tonight about how we've got to get some of these, and I'd say you're in the same boat as me. We've got to figure out how to get some of these athletes that are walking the halls and not out here on the turf.
Right.
On the turf to get to that next level, you know. So with that, I'll sign out here. I think Dylan maybe has one more thing, and then we're going to let Coach Stark get out of here. Or he's going to sign off the right way, whatever it may be. But, yeah, I'm out of here. So we appreciate you, Coach Stark, and great win.
Yep, thank you.
Good job. And, yeah, Coach Stark, I can't hear you. My ears are still over there. But just did want to give a great shout-out, you know, everything that you've done for this program so far this year and built it back up. And we're playing the best football we can right now, you know, with what we got. Jacob Adams had to sit out this game, and we'll have him back as another senior to get him back in there. So we will see what our fate holds us next week and where we're going to be and who we're going to be with. And, you know, I know you're going to have the boys ready on Monday, getting going and then figuring it out. But tonight, great win. Celebrate this one tonight with your family and friends.
Yeah, I will. And, you know, I do want to thank you guys, too. You guys have been great. I've had so many people around town comment to me about how great the show's been and your guys' commentary throughout the game. So it was a special night. It's been a special season, even despite the adversity that we faced, and we're excited to finish this thing strong. So thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you, Coach Stark. So this has been Dylan Duffy and Aaron Judy, along with Coach Stark on the Briggs Auto Postgame Show. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. And as always, go Tigers.
Thanks for tuning in to 103.9 and joining us on our YouTube channel, Fort Scott TV, for the Briggs Auto Postgame Show. Briggs Auto is your one-stop destination for Ford, Toyota, Chevrolet, GMC, Chrysler, and Dodge, all conveniently located at 1819 South Main in Fort Scott. You can also browse their full inventory online anytime at BriggsFortScott.com. That's Briggs, FTSCOTT.com. Don't forget, Coach's Corner airs every Wednesday night at 7 for in-depth interviews and insights of upcoming games. Be sure to join us again next Friday night for another exciting Fort Scott Tigers football game.
All season long, your team plays here. The Fort Scott Tigers, right here on All Hit 103.9 FM.
This has been Fort Scott Tiger Football on All Hit 103.9 FM and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. Tiger Football has been brought to you in part by Briggs Auto of Fort Scott, DQ Grill and Chill, Sharky's Pub and Grub, Five Corners Mini Mart, Hometown Pub, Marcia's Deli, Fearless Products, Seacan's Occasion Shop and Designer Florist by Seacan, Sonic of Fort Scott,